GN 1340. Go Vols!
You're tuned in to East Tennessee's premier sports radio call-in show. This is The Drive.
And hello, good afternoon, and welcome to another stellar edition of The Drive here on Fan Run Radio. Russell Smith punching the time clock at 3:02 on a beautiful Thursday afternoon. We are live today at the Cove for Fan Run Night at the ballpark. Smokies, Trash Pandas tonight at 7 p.m. Bob Baskerville and I live down here. Walker Smith back in the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. Bear has the day off today. And Bob, this is fast becoming one of our favorite events that we do. 3 years running now, Fan Run Night at the ballpark.
Yeah, and you know what? It feels like we've been pretty lucky on the weather every single time. I mean, it's hot, of course, but I see a lot of blue sky right now looking out the window, and that appears to be what the forecast looks like for this evening. So, yeah, it's been a great run, and looking forward to doing it again.
Yep, a little steamy outside,
yes.
But we are in the team shop on street level here inside the Smokies team store where they sell the hats and the shirts and the jerseys and all the gear. By the way, we'll be talking a lot about jerseys today on the program. But you can come on in and see us here this afternoon. We've got a few keychains, gifts for you. I've got about 20 tickets left to tonight's ball game. So I can give. I know we've been teasing this. We did not handle our ticket allotment. We've been giving them out all willy nilly. That's what happens when you leave me in charge of the station swag. So I've got about 20 tickets left. So we can probably hook up the first 4 or 5 people that come out with 2 to 4 tickets, depending on how many you want. So come on out and see us here this afternoon. We are at Covenant Health Park. Y'all know where it is, the old city. You're over here right next to Barley's, and we'll be here doing our thing from 3 until 6 p.m. So feel free to swing by. You should be good if you want to park for just a few minutes and run in here, and we can hook you up. And then, of course, the game starts at 7. William Pattison is here. He's going to be throwing out the first pitch tonight. Bob, this has not always gone well for fan run personalities. Now, William is a young man. He's in his prime. Noted athlete, former varsity athlete, William Pattison. Any thoughts on how he's going to do with the first pitch this evening?
I think the floor is pretty low. I think he's going to do fine. It's gotten progressively better. I mean, I was standing behind my guy, John Reed, 2 years ago when he did it out in Kodak. And in fairness to John, he was trying to do it off the mound, which is that's a challenge, man. That's tough. So that got a little sideways. And then last season, Cody did it, and it was a little better. He did not do it off the mound. He stepped up in front of the mound. So
which was not his choice. That's what they won't let you on the mound.
Right.
Here. They did it at the old place, but here you get it, which is an advantage. So you'll know that, William. You're not going to be throwing down. It's a straight toss.
They've got that that mechanical mound. They don't like civilians messing around with that.
No.
So so I think it's going to go well. I do. No pressure, William. You're going to be fine.
All right, come on out, see us here this afternoon. Fan Run Night at the Smokies game. Oh, by the way, I might have buried the lead here, Bob. Nate Snead.
Yes.
Getting the start tonight for the Trash Pandas.
Yeah. That explains a lot, right? We were trying to efforting to get him on the show to join us, and they were kind of coy about that he just wasn't available, right?
Yeah, well, yeah, they made it sound like he's just tied up all day long, and I'm like, he doesn't have 10 minutes. Like Blake Burke came and talked to us for 10 minutes. I guess if you're the starting pitcher, it's a little bit different. My guy, John, who runs the team shop down here, was saying, yeah, he has time. I guess it's a little different if you're starting pitcher that night. You want to be in your, I mean, you all hear the stories about who's Vitello's guy, Scherzer.
Yes.
Like he's a psycho. Chris Sale is a psycho.
Yeah.
So I guess I kind of get it, but I also feel like, 10 minutes, talk to the drive. Maybe not the most pleasant thing in the world, but you owe it to your fans, Nate. Nasty Nate.
Is it possible that there was a belief that Bear was going to be here and that might have dissuaded?
I mean, Bear was a big Snead fan, as far as I recall. I feel like that should have been an enticement instead of a detriment.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's just me. Know what you're talking about this afternoon because we're on remote, on location, so there's a slight delay, which, trust me, that would be a complete disaster. I do have a couple of trivia questions, if we have time, that I'm going to throw at you and Walker that I stumbled across with some friends last night. That was a lot of fun, so I'll throw that at you. Tennessee football news. Let's get right into it. I saw where Amari Campbell, the transfer from Penn State, and Arian Carter were. Who was Antonio Carter? Was he a wide receiver? Anthony Carter was a wide receiver.
He was. I don't know.
I'm sure there was an athletic Antonio Carter. That just sounds like a player from somewhere. Amari Campbell and Arian Carter named to the Butkus Award watch list today. Now, I'm sure there's like 70 guys on the watch list, but he made it. Those two made it.
No, that's good. That's good.
Are we looking past Jeremiah Thielander, who's played a lot of football here and is viewed as a team leader? I remember last year hearing, it might have even been 2 years ago, the coaches talking about how Thielander and Carter were the alphas of the defense.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I got to be honest. I've always kind of treated Thielander almost out of sight, out of mind. It's like he's just kind of quiet as far as what his contributions are, but they're good.
He's always playing,
right? Yeah. So I don't know. I wonder if that is some of the parallel there, though, is that he's just not one of those guys we think about. Arian Carter has all the hype surrounding him because he was going into the NFL draft and then he came back in, and then obviously Amari Campbell coming from Penn State, and he was wasn't he the adjuster? Wasn't that his role?
I'm still a little bit confused on who exactly the adjuster is, because I feel like some people have said it's a safety.
Yeah.
Knowles likes to play three safeties at times, but the linebacker typically wears the green dot, and I feel like many have assumed that would be Amari Campbell since he's coming from Penn State and already knows the system a little bit. But I don't know. I guess we'll find that stuff out once we get into the season.
Right. Yeah. But no, I mean, I think Thielander's obviously a really, really strong player. We're going to need him, particularly in those early games too. Those first couple without Arian Carter, we're going to need that guy to step up and then some.
Yeah, so linebacker depth will be tested. I think all three will play. I think Thielander's going to play a lot. I think Perlotti's going to play a lot. So I'd say there will be a fair amount of rotation at that position. Tennessee, we know the AP poll coming out on Monday. Mm-hmm. Brett McMurphy put out his AP top 25 today. He had Tennessee at number 22.
Yeah, we and I know it's not necessarily a poll of record, but we didn't talk about this yesterday. CBS Sports did their, they ranked every single college team from 1 to 136 or whatever it is. And that they had Tennessee the highest I've seen, I think at 17. So we just kind of keep running in that range, 17 to 20, 22 with McMurphy, like you just said.
Feels like 22 is a little low. I know I'm on record as saying this stuff doesn't matter, and it doesn't. You see a lot of 15 to 17s and stuff like that, and what we're about to talk about from Connolly today. Yeah. 22 feels maybe a little bit disrespectful.
Maybe a little. I just want to be on there. I got to tell you, I've seen some other folks who spoke up that were on three staffers that talked about the on three rankings. And they must have been encouraged to do this because I saw, Jake Crane, Chris Lowe, all these guys talk about where, Wasserman, et cetera, where they placed teams, on three put out their aggregate top 25. They were like, these were my votes. And Wasserman notwithstanding, he had Tennessee on there, but a lot of others didn't have Tennessee in the top 25, period.
Yeah.
So
a wide range of opinions
yes.
on what the Vols are going to be. And I think that's within the fan base and within, local media insiders as well as outsiders. Now, no local media is going to say Tennessee's not going to be a top 25 team. That would not get you clicks, but it's possible. Like we just don't know. We don't know how good the quarterback play is going to be, and we don't know what the defense is going to be. So that's a pretty wide range of maybe.
Yeah, GBO Kyle Beach on the live chat says 17 or 18 sounds about right until they prove that they're better than that, and I would agree. I think that's kind of a fair assessment of having them right around that range.
So Bill Connolly of ESPN, who's he was kind of the first to the college football analytics scene. He's been doing this for a while. He calls it his SP Plus rankings. I'm not even sure what SP stands for, but this is a metric. It measures your luck. It measures your schedule. It measures your offense, returning starters, returning production, all that kind of stuff, and then throws it into an algorithm and spits out a number. Does that make sense? Did I do a good job explaining?
Yeah, and he prefaces this by always saying, of course, we want things to talk about right now, so we'll take it and run with it. But
it changes as the season goes.
Right, and he's like, it's entirely predictive.
Yes.
But he did say that last season, of the projected top 15 teams in SP Plus, about half of them finished within one regular season win of their August projections. So, I mean, a decent amount of accuracy there.
I like this stuff.
Yeah.
I do. Whether it looks good on us or doesn't, it looks very good on us. He's got Tennessee coming in at number 14.
Yes.
In what are going to be his final preseason rankings. That actually moves up 2 spots from where they sat in the summer rankings. I don't really know what changed other than we lost Chaz Coleman, which wouldn't move us up, but who knows?
Do you see where he has the offensive efficiency coming up? Tennessee number 4, behind only Oregon, Ohio State, and Notre Dame.
I mean, that's just got to be returning starters in production, right?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. I mean,
not weighted towards quarterback.
It's got to be, because if you look at, he's got Texas at number 9, and that seems to me with Texas with Cam Coleman and Arch Manning with a little more experience under his belt and a couple good running backs that they've brought into. I mean, I think Texas is going to be loaded on offense.
Yeah.
So you're right. I think it's got to be based on what was returning versus what the new look is.
Yeah, no, I like it. If would Tennessee fans, we talk about, like, would you take 8-4, 9-3 right now? I think most of us would take 9-3, given some of the other projections out there. Would you take a final ranking of 14th? Like, if we end up ranked 14th when all the smoke clears, would that be acceptable?
14th.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's right on the fringe of the playoffs, right? It's,
I mean, I think it's pretty good.
I would take it. I would be maybe, I don't know. It just depends. I mean, if it were we finished 14th, but we were in the field of 12, I'd definitely take that.
Well, you see a lot of projections of 7-5, 8-4.
Right.
I don't think you're finishing as high. I think 8-4 is you're going to finish 20th or worse. I think 14 is a 9-3 type year.
Yeah.
And I think you'd have to take that, given all the uncertainty again at quarterback and the defense coming into this season. So we'll see what the listeners have to say. 865-966-3435 is your phone number if you want to get on board. Walker Smith will greet you as you call in. Walkman, how are we doing back in the White Claw Hard Seltzer studios?
Oh, we're doing good. You guys look and sound great.
Thank you. You sound good too.
Beautiful.
Can't see you. You're looking very handsome today. I'm sorry, what's that?
Just looks like a fantastic day down at the ballpark right there.
Oh, man. It's, again, it's a little steamy.
Overcast.
I'm ready for the sun to go down. 7 o'clock can't get here soon enough.
Yeah.
Right? But they got the AC cranked up for us here in the team shop.
This
Always
team
nice
shop's
to be indoors.
awesome too.
Yeah.
I'm not a big hat guy, but man, they got a great. I was looking at hats before the show started.
Mhm.
They got some. They got one that's over there that you can't see from here. It's got a real subtle KS on it. It's one of those ventilated hats. Like,
Yeah,
I love those.
I've never been a jersey guy, Bob, but they've got some of the gray road jerseys here that say Knoxville on them. And I just like shirts that say Knoxville. I like to rep my city.
Yeah.
And it'd be fine with the Smokies as well. I don't know. You think I could pull off baseball jersey?
Sure.
I could?
Yeah.
With my white shoes?
Yeah. Why not? I mean,
that somebody else wore?
There's baseball jerseys are a real polarizing thing. I've got a couple of friends that wear them a lot, and some people are like, knock it off, get a real shirt. But I think they're all right.
I think you only wear it to the ballpark.
Yeah.
I wouldn't wear it to work.
No.
And probably wouldn't wear it just out and about around town. But I think in the right circumstances, you can pull off the jersey. So you can come by and decide whether or not you want to be jersey guy. And they have a great selection of hats as well for you when you come in here at the Covenant Health Park, where we are this afternoon. Fan run night at the Smokies game. Coming up, hour number 2, we're going to visit with our old pal Lucas Widespread Panzica of 104.5 The Zone in Nashville, proud graduate of the Fan Run Academy of Broadcasting. We will chat with him as is opening night for a lot of NFL teams, including my Titans, taking on the 49ers in preseason action. I think there's like 9 or 10 preseason games in the NFL tonight. So a lot of football on. I'm going to look forward to watching some of that when I get home.
Yeah, and we got Sylvia joining too.
Yep, Ryan Sylvia of Rocky Top Insider when we continue next right here on The Drive. We'll talk to Ryan all things Tennessee football as the Vols gear up for the first major scrimmage of the preseason. It'll happen Saturday at Neyland Stadium, and an opportunity for both George McIntyre and Faison Brandon to maybe pull ahead in what is being described as a neck-and-neck race for the quarterback job. Stay with us. It is The Drive, Fan Run Radio. We're back with more right after this.
The Drive.
Can't get enough Fan Run Radio?
Download the free Fan Run app and take the best Tennessee sports conversations with you wherever you go.
It's a huge weekend at Covenant Health Park with your Knoxville Smokies. They're kicking off the weekend with a feel-good Friday. And for Saturday, make sure to wear your orange and arrive early. It's Tennessee night. The first 1,000 fans through the gates will get a free Deshaun Bishop bobblehead and stay late for fireworks. Sunday, it's our day game of the week, and it's Crayola Day. First 1,000 kids will get to color their own lunchbox. And after the game, they can run the bases. Weekend plans, check. Get your tickets now at smokiesbaseball.com.
Is your crawl space damp, musty, or showing signs of mold? Call S&D Crawl Space and Insulation. From crawl space encapsulation and mold remediation to waterproofing, insulation, and dehumidifiers, S&D helps protect your home from moisture and poor air quality. Serving Knoxville and surrounding areas. Call 865-602-0590. That's 865-602-0590. S&D Crawl Space and Insulation, protecting your home from the ground up.
Is your car ready for the road ahead? At Matlock Tire and Auto Service, they've got everything you need to keep you and your family safe on the road. Whether you need new tires, a quick oil change, or expert repairs, Matlock is your one-stop shop that keeps you moving safely. Matlock's certified technicians offer top-notch service for brakes, alignments, batteries, and more. Plus, they carry all the top tire brands, and they're the home of the world-famous price match guarantee. Bring in any competitor's ad, and they'll match the exact same tire for the exact same price. That's how Matlock Tire goes the extra mile for you. Convenient, reliable, affordable. Matlock Tire and Auto Service. Visit any of their 5 area locations in East Tennessee, in Farragut, Lenoir City, Maryville, Athens, and Hardin Valley. Find the location nearest you and schedule your appointment online today at matlocktireservice.com.
A brand built in Tennessee and born from the love of the game. Inward Half revolutionizes golfing comfort. Crafted by a former pro and dedicated enthusiast just like you, our luxury performance wear guarantees you stay cool and comfortable through every swing and every day. We're not just a brand. We've set out to create a lifestyle for those who understand that impeccable style and premium performance are a hole-in-one. Enjoy the walk-in with Inward Half.
Is your yard starting to look more wild than welcoming? Yeah, don't let your landscape be that house on the block. At ECR Total Landscapes, we make sure your outdoor space is something you're proud of. From de-weeding flower beds to leaf blowing, trimming, mulching, and more, completely customizable to your property's specific needs. We'll handle it all. Why spend your weekends sweating it out in the yard when you can just sit back and enjoy it? That's the ECR difference. And right now, new customers can get 10% off your first month of our monthly maintenance package when you sign up for a full calendar year. That's right. Consistent, reliable service at a price that makes it easy to get started. No sweat, no hassle, just a better looking lawn week after week. Call ECR Total Landscapes today and mention promo code FANRUN to save 10% on your first month. Call 865-384-2012 or visit us online at ecrtotallandscapes.com.
Welcome back. The drive continues. Fan Run Radio live today at Covenant Health Park. Russell Smith, Bob Baskerville here, and pleased to be joined by Ryan Sylvia of RockyTopInsider.com. Good afternoon, Ryan. How are you, sir?
I'm doing good, guys. You get some Titans football tonight, so how could I not be doing good?
Now, are you a part of Titans Nation as well? We're still getting to know Ryan a little bit here on the program. We know you're a Red Sox fan. That has become a bit of a point of contention between you and one of our other co-hosts who is not here this afternoon. But you're a part of Two-Tone Blue Nation as well, huh?
Yes, I go through the state of Tennessee, Titans, Predators, Grizzlies, but we don't got baseball teams, so I went up north to the Red Sox for that.
Oh, very good.
You got to be happy. Last time we talked to Red Sox with you, they were starting to percolate, but man, now they've been super hot overall.
Yeah, they've lost 4 in a row going into today, but I mean, I'm not going to complain after the run they went. Like, they're right back in the playoff picture, so I can't be upset. I can't complain about 4 losses after they started the year. See, I'm very happy with my baseball team right now.
Well, I'm not a huge preseason football guy. My only goal for my Titans today is to get away from the dreaded Santa Clara power substation unscathed. Yeah. As long as we can get out of this first game with no major injuries, Ryan, I'll be a happy camper.
I agree. Also, I would love to get at least a quarter of Hendon Hooker action, and that'd be fun to watch too.
Ooh. There you go. It'd be nice to see a little Hendo Senko for the Titans this evening. Ryan, Bob and I have broken down this quarterback race between George McIntyre and Faison Brandon from every conceivable direction at this point, so I'm not going to try and even come up with a clever question for you. Your thoughts on the race to become Tennessee's new quarterback and succeed Joey Aguilar so far this preseason?
And whatever your prediction is will be binding.
Yes.
Well, I think it makes sense that, it's kind of gone back and forth in some ways. Like, George was the favorite going into spring, and then Faison seems like he was the favorite leaving it, and now there's George. Like, you kind of expect to go back and forth because it's 2 young guys. We're not talking about Joey Aguilar versus redshirt freshman Jake Merkling or anything like that. Like, these are guys that are both limited in their experience. So they're going to have some practices where they look really good and some practices where I'm sure they miss some throws and make some wrong reads, and it's a little ugly. I'm still going to ride with Faison as my prediction. That was my pick going into the spring. So I'll continue to stick with it now. I just think you look at it from a perspective of you're not picking the 2026 Tennessee football starting quarterback. You're picking the 27 and the 28 and maybe the 29 starter as well. So when I look at it from that perspective, I see a higher ceiling on Faison Brandon. I don't think George McIntyre is a bad quarterback or a bad player. I think he could be really good. I just think if things go according to plan with Faison Brandon, you're talking about a Heisman Trophy caliber player, a 5-star recruit who was as highly recruited as anyone in the cycle. So that's how I look at it, is even if Faison's maybe a tick behind, a step behind, if that is the case even, then you still have to look down the line towards the future. And I think Faison's the appropriate choice then.
Let's, you've been to some of the practices, and boys didn't practice today. And now correct me if I'm wrong, are practices closed the rest of the way now?
We should, I believe we have access tomorrow. And then they have the scrimmage fire. Then it might be. We have one or two more, I believe. Okay.
What I was going to ask you though was based on what you've seen, and I mean, I get it. It's very light touch in nature, right? I mean, you know, all the routes on air and all this other stuff. But is there somebody that you've seen that is one of the new players that has kind of flashed? I mean, to you, because we see these little video clips that get dropped by Tennessee football, and they just look electric. But I mean, they're very, very, you know, produced, right? They're small, tight, little snackable things. Is there anybody you're seeing where you're kind of getting time and again, you're like, man, that guy is as good as advertised? Because we're hearing some feedback on some players. I'd just like to get your take.
I think TK Keys is one of those guys. Like we all knew he was positioned to play this year and have a role this year, but you didn't really get to see him in the spring because he was battling injury. And so he was, you know, watching him run routes then, it was half speed. It was just making sure the fundamentals were there without hurting yourself. Now he's, you know, kind of fully let go, fully healthy, and he looks good. Like the footwork looks more advanced than it should for an 18-year-old. And the get off speed looked really, like, it just looked like you would want from an older receiver that's really good, let alone a younger guy. So I'm excited what he can do. I'm excited what Travis Smith or Darius Jackson can do as well. But TK is someone that has stood out in that regard. As far as newcomers, I think Kayan Lee, the Auburn transfer at cornerback, he seems like he's going to be in store for a really nice year. He was really good at Auburn, who actually had a pretty good defense last year, so it makes sense that he would look good. But he's kind of passed the eye test. And TJ Metcalf is kind of in the same boat, the Michigan transfer back there at safety. And then Jordan Norman and Xavier Gilliam on the defensive line. Kind of the same story with all four of those transfers, like guys you expected to be good. So it's not necessarily a surprise, but they've passed the eye test so far from what we've seen.
Ryan Sylvia, RockyTopInsider.com, our guest this afternoon. You know, Bob, you were asking about access to practice. Did you see what Deion Sanders is doing this week over at Colorado?
No, I haven't.
So Deion is having a, quote, open practice, open to the media. The catch is you cannot report on what you see at the open practice, which of course begs the question, what is the point of having the open practice if you can't report on it? But you just got to love the paranoid nature of these college football coaches who just can't bear letting, and especially Deion, right, who has, by my count, like 3 cameras following him when he goes to the bathroom in the morning.
Yeah, exactly. That's
but you can't, but we're not going to let you videotape anything that happens at practice.
That's weird.
It is funny, the difference between the college practices and the NFL. Like, I feel like we see every inch of an NFL practice. Like the starting quarterbacks throwing picks, and it's all over Twitter immediately. The college, it's not just Tennessee. Like you said, it's every program in college. It's so close doors with it. It's kind of funny.
You know what's funny is I think about this. I remember talking a couple of years ago with the guys at Spire, to be honest, and they were kind of picking my brain about if they could, what would it take to do, as they put it, kind of a Hard Knocks version of Tennessee football. And I was just like, in my head is like, never happening, man. I mean, sounds at face value, it sounds really interesting, but to your point, Sylvia, I mean, there's so many, like for Hard Knocks, there's like, it's not an exaggeration to say there's almost 30 cameras at that thing happening. And I mean, if you want to do something that looks good and actually tells a story, you got to have access. And it feels like that is not happening with this program. So it was
well, what you said about telling the story, I think that's the key. And Hard Knocks is still good at that.
Yeah.
And Tennessee has done a couple of things through the years, like where they produce it themselves, and I think it was called The Juice or something.
Right,
you know, they put it up on their own YouTube channel, but they're never going to give as much access as Hard Knocks used to get, and even as much as they still get. these days. So, like, I seem to remember one where like Heupel was driving to work first thing in the morning, and that's the content fans want. More of that, please. These clips that they put online of just like 1.5 second bursts of plays from field level, and you can't even really tell who the players are. Maybe I'm just an old man yelling at the clouds right now, but that doesn't do a lot for me.
No, exactly.
And you think what Netflix did with the SEC documentary, some of, I think, the fan favorite clips from it are, the behind the scenes in the locker room when they did get to the Tennessee stuff. But on the same hand, like the coaches who signed up for it, and they got the close attention. Heupel in Tennessee were not signed up to have a camera there 24/7, so you saw not as much of them as other programs too.
Ryan Sylvia, Rocky Top Insider, with us here this afternoon. Ryan, let's switch gears here real quick. You, of course, do a great job covering the women's program, Lady Vol basketball, for RTI, and I know that they've had a lot of media opportunities. They're really pushing the narrative of Kim Caldwell, disappointing second season. She flips the entire roster, 2 new assistant coaches, just a lot of new car smell with the Lady Vol program right now. You've been over to a couple of these practices. Is that tangible? Do you sense that this is a program headed in a completely new direction now?
There's some kind of renewal there. Like, you got rid of 2 assistant coaches that you didn't feel like aligned with what you wanted to do. You obviously lost the entire team to the transfer portal or at eligibility, so you have 15 new players. There's definitely a different vibe to the program, I guess. It's not as flashy with the 5-star talent and the huge transfer portal class. It's a lot of players I think they hope are kind of the diamond in the rough mold. So, yeah, I mean, are they going to win a national championship this year? I'm certainly not going to predict that. Are they going to be better than last year? The SEC record might look about the same, but it was also the same in year one when things went really well for her. And just the way the season unfolded, the margins of losses, the not letting losses stack on top of each other like they did last year, that's the difference between a 5 seed and a 10 seed, and you're getting bounced in the first round. So it's hard to imagine they'll be kind of as disastrous as they were at the end of last year. But there certainly is a kind of a renewal that she's trying to bring to the program as far as the energy in practice and things like that.
Yeah, the question I would have, Ryan, and I don't know. I mean, it's not like you've been able to spend a bunch of time with Coach Kim at this point, but we talked about it when we were kind of performing an autopsy on last season, and that was it felt like there were things she was culpable for too in this. And I guess my question is, have you been able to see anything tangible in terms of her styles? We've talked about coaches being open and, everything else. Do you see anything that may be a little bit different in her in terms of her approach?
I think there's going to be tweaks to it. It's not going to be some overhaul. She's going to run her system. Now, the difference is you bring in Bill Ferrara from Florida State, who is also a high-paced type of coach. He's someone that maybe likes to advance the ball by dribbling it in and then kicking it out, and Kim's more of a passer on the perimeter. Like, there's going to be tweaks like that and different offensive philosophies within the system that might change. They're going to press. They're going to full court press the whole game. They're going to try to run the floor in transition. They're going to try to get up a bunch of threes. Now, the roster is built to shoot a lot more threes than it was last year. Last year's roster did not have a lot of shooters on it. So when you're still jacking up the threes and they're not falling, it gets a lot more ugly. But overall, the system's going to be the system. Like she's going to make the minor changes like you've seen from Josh Heupel. Now, last year's kind of a pretty significant change for Josh Heupel's offense, but you think before, there's the minor changes year to year, but at least at the start of the Heupel era, it was still tempo, and you're going to kind of do what you think is best.
Hey, Ryan, jumping back to football, we're jumping around here on you, but you mentioned tempo there, and Kim Caldwell, obviously, that's her calling card. That was Josh Heupel's calling card as well when he first got here, and ironically, one of their better years, one of the 10-2 seasons was 2024 when they kind of went away from that tempo. Now, inexperienced quarterback play is not the only reason that they've gone away from that. I think some of the rules, the faking of injuries, the way the clock has to the clock rule when you go out of bounds on your own sideline. There's all kinds of stuff to that. Do you think we'll ever see Josh Heupel put the pedal down like he did the first 2 years, or do you think that style of football is just a thing of the past?
I think like they still like to go at a certain pace. I don't think we'll see, as you're saying, like the 21 and 22 when Hendon was controlling things and they're just flying down the field and getting a play up every 10 seconds. Like, yeah, with the rule changes and then, teams getting more accustomed to it and finding little ways to take advantage, it's going to be tough for them to, I think, get back to that level. But it's still going to be a no-huddle team that's in the shotgun every play. And there's still a lot of those same principles that they like to use that are going to lead to more plays being run than most teams in the country. So I guess it's a yes and a no. Are they going to reach the standard they were in the past? I don't think so. But are they maybe going to, and I guess this year's probably not a good example, but maybe in 2027 when you bring back a quarterback theoretically who's now a year under his belt for the first time since the 21 to 22 bridge from Hendon Hooker, maybe you start to see the tempo start to pick up a little bit more, because there was times with Joey Aguilar that you saw like, okay, they're starting to roll a little bit. It just wasn't the warp speed we're used to.
I just saw a piece you put out today on RTI, Ryan, about sellouts, which for football, that's pretty common when it comes to Tennessee football. Obviously, we have a pretty impressive streak of sellouts. There are 2 games currently that are not sold out. One of them kind of surprised me, honestly. The Furman opener, not so much, just because it's Furman and, still kind of coming off the heels of a holiday weekend, et cetera. But Kentucky, that one surprised me, honestly. Did that surprise you at all?
I mean, a little bit, I guess. On one hand, you could be like, I guess that tells you what people think about this new Kentucky program with Will Stein there, that the Kennesaw State game sold out before. But then at the same time, the last time they released those numbers, LSU was the third game that wasn't a sellout yet.
Really?
I was really excited for Lane Kiffin to return, all that. Now that one sold out. So you can only read into it so much, I guess, because the Kennesaw State game, for whatever reason, has been sold out for a while. But yeah, I guess it's on paper, it's surprising because, I mean, you look at the schedule, like that Kentucky game's almost certainly going to be the dark mode game. That gets the fans riled up too when they get the dark mode jerseys on, and it's right after Halloween and all that fun stuff. So I'm sure they'll all be sold out. I think they have 27 straight sellouts now, so that they'll all sell the ticket inventory by the time game time arrives. But on paper, it's a little surprising.
Hey, Ryan, great stuff this afternoon, my friend. Really appreciate your time. Anything else as we get set to bid you a fond farewell? Anything on your mind, Tennessee football-wise or otherwise?
Yeah, I mean, I guess we talked, we recorded our podcast earlier this morning. There was a lot of defensive talk on today's episode. So I've just kind of had the Jim Knowles situation or the transition to the Jim Knowles defense on my mind. I'm curious how that group looks. I think the secondary has a chance to be really good. Like you look at, as we talked about earlier, Kay and Lee, Ty Redmond returns after a really nice year. I think that safety group's really good with Idris Farouk and Dazon Lane and TJ Metcalf. I really like Quay Moss coming in as that star in the nickelback as well. The linebacker room we all know is super deep. But the defensive line was kind of the thing we got stuck on a little bit by the end that I think kind of stuck with me too after the show of, what's that going to look like? Like the interior has pieces between David Hobbs and Nathan Robinson, Xavier Gilliam, and then you're hoping Ethan Utley and Isaiah Campbell can take a step. But the pass rush off the edge, it's going to be really interesting, I think, to see how that develops the rest of fall camp and early in the season as well. And then also, they're not going to show anything in that Furman game, but when you get to the Georgia Tech game, how are they going to try to get a third linebacker on the field? Are they going to take Quay Moss off at times and go to a 4-3? Are they going to try to insert one of them off the edge a little bit and go to a 3-3? I think that'll be really interesting to see too. So it's just kind of been the defense on my mind today, I guess.
One thing I'm going to give you a little bit of a work order here is, and I know you're intrigued by it. You've got to get to the bottom of where these Chaz Coleman workout videos were happening. I don't care what it takes. If you got to go like,
I was like, look.
Go ahead. What was that?
I'm looking at the flags in the back, and it was like the entire MAC. It was just like a random assortment. I guess he was probably somewhere in Ohio, but like, okay.
Yeah, you got to go black ops here, man. Just do whatever you got to do. Go undercover. I want answers. Got to get them.
All right, we'll do.
Good deductive reasoning, though, on the being in Ohio with the MAC and everything. That's where he's from. We kind of kicked this around half-heartedly yesterday on the show. Ryan, if you're Josh Heupel and Chaz Coleman were to call you up and say, look, I done messed up, but I'm a changed man. I got my head screwed on straight now, Coach. I want to play ball. Are there any conditions, any scenario where you would find a way for him to be a part of the team this year?
I don't think so. It's just you already have had so many situations as far as the Legend Day saga of signing and then releasing from the signing, and Nico leaving in the spring, and Boo Carter and all that. Like, you just had so many of them. I think you just kind of want to wash your hands clean of it. Would he make your Leo room better? Yeah. Would he have even started this year? Like, I think Jordan Norman was still probably your starter with Chaz Coleman on the team. He showed flashes last year. Everyone was really excited about what Chaz Coleman could be this year. It's also not like someone that was super productive last year and had 11 sacks and was on pace to have some huge year. Like, you were still also just kind of banking on him taking another step as well. So between the recent history Tennessee's kind of been stuck with different situations like that, between we're already kind of rolling the dice and hoping he'd be, a star after he just showed flashes last year. I think you just kind of try to piece it together this year. You bank on younger guys like Christian Gass, Hezekiah Harris, Kedrick Golston, that deep linebacker room, and I think he's roll with that. I don't think long-term it would benefit you to bring him in.
Yeah, I tend to agree there. The risk might outweigh the potential reward at this point. Hey, Ryan, again, really appreciate it. Everybody go follow him on X. Of course, RockyTopInsider.com, where you can read all his great work at RTI. Ryan Sylvia, thanks so much.
Yeah, anytime, guys. Thanks for having me.
Thank you, Ryan.
Ryan Sylvia hanging out with us here this afternoon on The Drive as we broadcast live today from Covenant Health Park in beautiful downtown Knoxville, where tonight it's the third annual Fan Run Night at the ballpark, and we are really looking forward to joining up with all our friends and listeners on the inside. And don't forget, we've said this a couple times this week, if you have been out to various fan run events this year, this summer, and maybe you've picked up some of those free Smokies tickets vouchers that we've been handing out, now is a great opportunity tonight to come down and redeem those. You just bring those vouchers, you take them up to the window right in front of where we're at this afternoon and say, I'd like to sit in the fan run section, and they'll give you tickets, however many you like, in our section. So we're going to be hanging out up there. Be sure to come up and say hi if you make it into the ballpark tonight, and we'll watch Nate Snead. He was routinely sitting 97, 98. I wonder if he's got up to 100 now. Speaking of that, have you kept up with what's going on with Paul Skeens?
On the periphery, yes. Enough to know that he's not himself. And I think the Pirates have kind of reached a level of concern at this point.
Well, and Walker, you know more about the various pennant races than I do. You jump in here, but like on one hand, it's the Pirates, and they're in the hunt, right, for a wild card spot. So you don't want to shut him down necessarily, but he's topping out at 95. Remember, he was throwing 99, 100 at LSU, and he's topping out in the mid 90s. They're pulling him super low pitch counts. He's ineffective. He's getting rocked. There's no movement on his fastball. That's a tough spot for the Pirates and for Skeens to be in.
Yeah, especially when that was supposed to be the strength of their team going into this year. And then they got the offense, they got the good bullpen. But Skeens has just been on a steady decline in his velocity. I mean, if you dive into the numbers, his fastball average per year, again, it's only been 2.5 years, it's gone down every year. And people thought initially that was supposed to be some type of load management where this guy wants to be someone who can go 8 innings and you might take a tick off your fastball for that. Now it's just he's not throwing hard and he can't pitch for long. So the injury concerns are starting to show up.
In honor of Bear, can I throw out a reckless conspiracy theory here?
Sure.
You remember when we were recruiting him out of Air Force? Remember, he was a catcher.
Right.
And as a pitcher, like he was a mid-90s fastballer. He shows up at LSU. All of a sudden, he's like 20, 30 pounds heavier. Chiseled muscle granite. Touching 100 with his fastball. Now he's in the big leagues. Still a big guy. Hasn't lost any size, but he's lost velocity quite clearly. Mm-hmm. Where the PED testing standards, I would believe, are more stringent in professional ball. Is he losing his velocity? Is that perhaps a production of, I mean, because we always joked around about it when he was at LSU. Oh, look, he's on the deer antler spray.
Oh, I mean, clearly, I mean, besides just his build, he just looked to me like he was about 28, 29 years old out there, man amongst boys. I don't know, man. It's, I do always wonder about the shelf life of these pitchers that are throwing that hard, like the whole, mercurial rise of Jacob Mizorowski now too. It's like, how long can that guy throw that hard? I don't care how young you are.
I mean, look at Strider.
Yeah.
Like look at the guy Hunter Green getting his second Tommy John now. Just reported.
Yeah, he's out for the year, right?
Yeah, he's going to be out for the year. And now, since it's Tommy John, he'll miss all of next year too.
Wow.
Velocity's killing these pitchers. It's
velocity
killing their longevity.
It comes at a price, Walker, and these franchises, I don't think they care. Like they found out that, hey, we can coach a lot of these guys. If you're a 90-mile-per-hour guy, we can coach you up to 95, 96. And if you're 94, 95, we can coach you up to dang near 100.
Right.
And, yeah, you're going to need surgery at some time, but we'll just go get another one. And they've decided that these guys are expendable. They'd rather just burn through them, take what they can get while they can, and go get another one rather than put a governor on them at some point and try to develop them for a 15 to 20-year career.
On the bright side, he still has Livy Dunn to come home to.
He does have that.
24 years old.
All right, quick timeout. You're listening to The Drive on Fan Run Radio, 865-966-3435 if you want to chime in this afternoon. We'll take a quick timeout. Back with more from the Cove right after this.
The Drive. Check out exclusive Fan Run video content on YouTube. Just search Fan Run Sports and be sure to like and subscribe.
What kind of day is it? It's a White Claw day. Grab a pack, grab your friends. Everything else in life can wait. Your friends shouldn't. Let's go. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
Is your crawl space damp, musty, or showing signs of mold? Call S&D Crawl Space and Insulation. From crawl space encapsulation and mold remediation to waterproofing, insulation, and dehumidifiers, S&D helps protect your home from moisture and poor air quality. Serving Knoxville and surrounding areas, call 865-602-0590. That's 865-602-0590. S&D Crawl Space and Insulation, protecting your home from the ground up.
Kick off this football season with a CNB Plus Perks checking account. Move downfield with free online and mobile banking. And cross the goal line with extended evening hours and Saturday banking. Banking at CNB has its perks. Find out more at cnbtn.com.
Citizens National Bank. Banking never felt so good.
Member FDIC.
Blackford Veterinary Surgery Referral specializes in surgeries not regularly performed by your pet's general veterinarian. They're currently accepting referrals from vets all across the country. With their newly renovated state-of-the-art surgery center and highly trained staff, clients can rely on professional and thorough care. If your vet says that your pet needs surgery or rehab, ask for a referral to Blackford Vet and let them get your best friend back on its feet. Located conveniently in West Knoxville. For more information, visit blackfordvetsurgery.com.
Running a business, coaching a team, planning your next big event, you need more than just gear. You need SM Athletics and Logo Solutions. Custom uniforms, branded apparel, promotional products, done right, done fast, and built to show off your brand with pride. From local businesses to high schools to major universities, SM Athletics is trusted by winners. Get real service, get real quality, get noticed. SM Athletics and Logo Solutions, where your brand comes to life.
Visit smathletics.com and let's build something great together.
Vol fans, reimagine your home at Broadway Carpets and Flooring for any remodeling or building needs. With a variety of carpets, rugs, hardwood, vinyl, and stone, Broadway has all the flooring and installation options you're looking for. including pet-resistant products like Pet Perfect Carpet from Shaw Floors. Visit their showroom in downtown Knoxville or the location in West Knoxville located on Kingston Pike near Pellissippi Parkway today.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jacob Wilco. Here at Knoxville Smiles, every smile is unique and every smile has a story. We would love to get to know you and help you smile brighter with confidence. If you've been looking for a dental home that treats you like more than just a set of teeth, we would love to welcome you to the family. Please give us a call at 865-539-1776 or visit us at knoxvillesmiles.com. Smile brighter with Knoxville Smiles.
Welcome to Axel.
Welcome back. The drive continues here on Fan Run Radio, 105.7 FM, 1340 AM, online at fanrunradio.com and on your free Fan Run app. A variety of ways for you to experience the program. Be sure to check out the podcast if you miss any of it. It's brought to you by Broadway Carpets. You find them online at broadwaycarpets.com. Russell and Bob live at Covenant Health Park. It's Fan Run night with the Smokies game. As we talk a little baseball here this afternoon on the program. I'm sure Walker will have an update on tonight's games later on in the show. Let's get a call from Bud in Savannah. Good afternoon, Bud. You're on the drive, Fan Run Radio.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. I just got through watching the Pirates pummel the Miami 13-1. Miami ended up pitching their third baseman the last inning and a half. And,
don't you love that?
They scored 5-6 runs off him. Talk about Paul Skeens. When he played at Air Force and LSU, the days he didn't pitch, he was the catcher. And last year for Pittsburgh, he was the best. He never got to bat. I always wondered, why did they not bat him? In college, his career, he hit 24 homers, knocked in 75 runs, and batted .347. And you can't tell me if the dude for the Dodgers can do that. Why couldn't Pittsburgh? He was the best hitter they had on the team last year, and they never let him back.
LSU didn't let him hit either, did they?
No, I don't think he batted. He might have pinch hit a time or two, but at Air Force, he played every game. He had 24 homers, knocked in, I think, 75 RBIs, and batted .347.
Ooh.
And now that for whatever reason, he's lost 3 miles an hour on his pitch, on his fastball. And the guy lost his last game 2-0. You can't blame that on him. It's just Pittsburgh, they're finding out their hitters, and they can't they pitch left-handed people. Pittsburgh can't hit left-handed. They're like 7-24 or something like that against left-hand pitchers, starting pitchers. So they figured them out. But I was hoping the Pirates, I've been a Pirates fan since 71, and I was hoping they might have a winning record. I ain't nobody say let's talk about make the playoffs. I want to have a winning record. You got to walk before you can run. And maybe they still got a chance, but now the pitching got to step up, and they got to have both of them together. But
would you just go ahead and shut him down, Bud? Would you just go ahead and shut Paul Skeens down now and hope he can get it back for next year?
Well, his ERA's 8 in his last 15 games. He wouldn't start me on church league softball. I would be finding out why, and he says there's nothing wrong with him. You can't tell me he went from having an ERA of 1 under 2 to having an ERA of 8.5 in his last 15 games. There's something wrong somewhere. It's got to be.
He's clearly not the same guy.
No, he's not the same guy. I would find out what was wrong with him. And if he says he pitched good, the last game he give up 2 runs. He give up a home run and in a sacrifice slide, give up 2 runs. But they didn't get nothing for him. He lost that game. So I might try him another start or 2. But if they get like 8 games out of the wild card with a month to go, they ain't no use pitching it.
They're already 5.5 games Out. Bud, we got to run. Thanks for the phone call. Quick timeout. Hour number 2 of the drive. When we continue, Walker Smith starts us off with the top 4 at 4 next here on Fan Run Radio.
The Drive. Fan Run Radio, the flagship station for Tennessee fans.
This ain't no wishy-washy, limp-wristed, kale-eating, half-ass sports radio station.
We're your in-your-face, truth-telling, say it loud, flag-waving, face-painting, hardcore, bring the noise, causing a ruckus, don't give a damn sports station.
Sports talk that doesn't just hang up and listen.
For the fans. This is Fan Run Radio. Get some.
Is your crawl space damp, musty, or showing signs of mold? Call S&D Crawl Space and Insulation. From crawl space encapsulation and mold remediation to waterproofing, insulation, and dehumidifiers, S&D helps protect your home from moisture and poor air quality. Serving Knoxville and surrounding areas, call 865-602-0590. That's 865-602-0590. S&D Crawl Space and Insulation, protecting your home from the ground up.
September 10th isn't just a sale, it's an experience. Join us as Liquor Vault celebrates its first anniversary with the biggest savings event of the year. Experience rare bourbon drops, surprising barrel releases, and complimentary tastings all day. For the wine enthusiasts, you can check out Jason Drotar's Wine Passport Experience. Cigars, they've got them too. Enjoy hourly giveaways, exclusive one-day only anniversary pricing, and surprises throughout the day. Find a Vault Golden Ticket and receive exclusive access to Liquor Vault's highly anticipated end-of-year rare bourbon allocation. People will be talking about this event for months. The only question is, will you be there? The Vault Experience, September 10th, only at Liquor Vault's anniversary party. Located at 2901 Tazewell Pike. Check out their specials and sign up to get discounts at liquorvault.com.
Hey, Vols fans, Cody Brown here. I grew up right here in Tennessee and know what it means when someone says, I've got your back. That's why you can trust Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Whether it's your home, your vehicle, your family's future, or the business you built from the ground up, we will show up for all of your insurance needs. We are Tennesseans who understand what matters, which is doing right by you. Insurance is not all about just paperwork and policies, but it's about the people we insure every day. So if you want insurance that hits home, give me a call at 865-992-3871. Go Vols.
Are you ready for the start of a new season? Maybe looking for your team to go on a tournament run? Get game day ready with Crumble. Head on over to your nearest location and pick up 12 pre-selected cookies plus exclusive toppers. When you're looking for dessert options, there's no question about who you should call on. Our listeners already know. Last year, the Dubai chocolate was a home run, along with the brownie batter. Oreo crumb was another crowd favorite. What new flavor will set the standard this season? If you're in the Knoxville area, there are 3 locations ready to serve you: Clinton Highway, Parkside Drive, and Maryville. Download the Crumble app to build your best lineup and vote on the best combos. You can even put your bid in to request a new flavor. Order in the app and slide on over to your nearest location. Tell them Fan Run sent you, and as always, it's for the fans, by the fans. Don't miss the cookies.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
We really need to get some branded stuff. Shirts, hats, promo items, something professional.
I mean, we could just find a website and order a bunch of it ourselves.
You could, but you're taking a big risk. You don't know the quality, the fit, the timeline. It's a roll of the dice.
Yeah, I guess, but isn't that how everyone does it now?
Not the ones who actually care about how their brand looks. Look, if we're putting our name on it, it needs to be done right. We need SM Athletics.
SM Athletics?
Yeah, they specialize in working with businesses like ours. Apparel, hats, promo gear, but real, customized stuff. They actually care if it turns out right.
Probably a lot better than getting stuck with 100 t-shirts with crooked logos.
Exactly. Plus, they'll walk you through everything. Sizing, colors, material, so it matches the image we're trying to build.
Makes sense. What's the name again?
SM Athletics. Trust me, If you want to look like a real company, not a flea market stand, this is the move. If you're serious about your brand, work with people who are serious about getting it right. SM Athletics.
It's time for the Drive's Top 4 at 4.
Hour number 2 of the Drive underway here on Fan Run Radio, and we send things back to the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios, where Walker Smith is standing by with today's Top 4 at 4. Walker?
Thank you, Russ. At number 1, Bill Connolly has released his SP Plus Top 25 for college football, based on predictable aspects of football, not resume rankings. Tennessee comes in at number 14 in the country with a 17.3 SP Plus ranking. They ranked with the 4th best offense, according to Bill Connolly, and the 44th ranked defense.
Now, Walker, I'll ask you the same thing I asked Bob in hour number 1. I asked him, would you accept a season that ended up with Tennessee ranked number 14 at the end of the year? You don't even think about it. You say absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. That's about. You'd be 9-3 to be the 14th best team in the country, which I think if you just put it as we'd go 9-3 and maybe just miss out on the playoff, it's a successful year given it'll be a first-time QB. So yeah, I'd take that in a heartbeat.
Let me span this one out a little bit more. Say that happened and we finished 14th. Do you feel then like the 2027 season, knowing what we know now with DGG coming, potentially DJ Jacobs, is that like a deep playoff run or bust year for Josh Heupel in 2027 if that happens?
I don't know about deep playoff run or bust. I would say playoffs or bust type of situation. Like if you, it really
like we're firing him.
No, not firing. Just we're gonna start heating it up a little bit. Like assuming one of these guys, whichever quarterback it is, shows up and looks really good. If we go 9-3 or 10-4 and get to that point this year, next year you're going to be like, okay, let's see if these guys get better, and if we get better at 9-3, 10-2 gets you in the playoff.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying though. That's exactly what the expectations are going to do. My point is, maybe said differently, if we do 14th at 9-3 this year, and then next season you're 9-3 again, and you don't make the playoffs or something like that, then what happens?
Well, we started having this conversation a little bit last season. If 9-3 with the occasional 10-2, like if this is who Josh Heupel is, and this is as good as it gets, like what do you do with that? Or is that do we accept that, or do we eventually run him out of here?
That's my question.
In hopes of taking the next step. I'm not there yet. Like I'm still not far enough removed from the decade of dysfunction to turn my nose up at it. Yeah, I still find this enjoyable. Now, that might change. We got there with Fulmer where 9-3 wasn't good enough. So maybe we get there. I'm not there yet.
Question before we move on: we went 8-5 last year? Would you call last season enjoyable?
Not really.
I wouldn't call it unenjoyable. Upper level mediocrity, as Phil put it, for most of the season, it was pretty enjoyable. It got a little bleh towards the end of the year, but we even had, beating Florida, beating their brains out in the swamp was pretty fun.
Oh, good.
Certainly a bad taste left in your mouth after Vanderbilt stomping the mud hole in you on your own field and losing the bowl game. The loss to Vanderbilt was much more infuriating than the bowl game. Music City Bowl's whatever. That's you can't have that happen again.
No, absolutely not. At number 2, an attorney representing Washington Commanders quarterback Jaden Daniels has informed LSU it can no longer use his name, image, and likeness. At the center of the dispute is that the Tigers are allowing sophomore cornerback DJ Pickett to wear number 5 that Daniels wore when he became LSU's 3rd Heisman winner ever in 2023. While Daniels' jersey hasn't been retired by the Tigers, it's the first time a player has worn number 5 since he left the program for the NFL.
I think this is a terrible look for Jaden Daniels.
Awful.
He should be above this. If they retire your number, that's great. Why can't you just support your alma mater? Are you really that self-centered and egotistic that you're getting your panties in a wad about some kid wearing your nut? You're Jaden Daniels. You've got the Heisman. You're playing for the Commanders. Why on earth are you raising a stink about this? I think it's a terrible look for him.
I just wonder how much this smacks of what we just went through about a year and a half ago with Timi Amaliava, too. I just wonder how much of this is Jaden Daniels and how much of it is his handlers. Because that's been... But he's an adult at this point, too. So
he can quash this. It's his name, image, and likeness. He can quash it with one. And he's had an opportunity to do that. He didn't do it today. He just put out some milquetoast statement about how I just want to concentrate on being the quarterback for the Commanders. If you wanted this to go away, you do the right is say, listen, this is a big misunderstanding. I love LSU. Kid can wear my number. Go Tigers. I'm going to go back to being quarterback. This is a non-issue. He didn't do that, man. I think it's a terrible look for him. Terrible.
Number's not even retired, man. You left there 2 years ago. Your number is not supposed to get retired until, your career is almost over. I mean, come on. Give it at least a little bit of time before you think your number's going to get retired or put away. Plus, it's impossible to take away numbers in college football because the rosters are so big. Just make a
if we had a recruit that just great quarterback prospect who just had to have number 16, it's my number, it's what I've always wore. Do you think Peyton Manning would care one iota if we unretired his number so that some kid could wear it for a year or two? I would hope not.
I don't know. Athletes are superstitious, man. Their numbers are really, really important to them. I'm not saying he would get upset. I'm just saying I wouldn't rule it out. At number 3, Army has rewarded head football coach Jeff Monken with a new 5-year contract. Monken is entering his 13th season with the Black Knights and has completely revolutionized a downtrodden Army program, turning winning at the school into an annual expectation. Monken has gone 89 and 63 in 12 seasons at West Point.
Well deserved, I guess. The Monken family, man, they churn out some coaches, right?
Remember when they were were they undefeated going into a certain point last year? Or was it a year ago? Or am I thinking of Navy? It was I think really, really good, and we had dreams of the Army-Navy game being a playoff game.
I thought that was the season before last, but yes, I do remember it.
Yeah, you
still got to go see. Got to go see that game. I have to.
Yeah, it's a bucket list for every college sports fan. I'd love to do it one day. And at number 4, week 1 of NFL preseason begins tonight. The Lions play the Bengals. The Packers play the Steelers. The Colts play the Patriots. The Cardinals go against the Raiders. The Chargers take on the Texans. And the Titans play the 49ers.
Any of those games do anything for you, Bob?
Well, the Colts.
Is Daniel Jones back from his injury?
He's on the way back. He's not getting the start tonight. It's going to be Anthony Richardson. So that's what's weird. I think there was a piece in The Athletic that said, what has happened to the preseason games when it comes to QB1s? You don't see them at all for the most part. I mean, it's pretty much,
Well, we're going to chat with Lucas coming up here in just a few minutes from 104.5 The Zone in Nashville. And Robert Saleh has said that all his starters are going to play in every preseason game.
Yeah.
So I would expect to see the Titans' first string offense and Cam Ward and those guys for at least a couple of series tonight and in each game. And I kind of like that. If you're not going to play your starters, what are we doing with these games? Is what I would say. And
yeah, I think it depends on the team, the state of the team. For the Titans, this absolutely needs to be what happens, right? I'd say some of these other teams, like the Seahawks and some others, they can experiment a little more.
How many preseason games should we have in the NFL?
Are we down to? It's not.
We went from 4 to 3.
Yeah, I'd be good with 2. Honestly, I really would.
Be good with 1. I'd be good with 0, quite frankly. But it is what it is. Still think if you're going to play preseason games in the NFL, we might as well have one in college. Thank you, Walker. That is the top 4 at 4, brought to you today by our friends over at ECR Total Landscapes. Folks, I had an ECR over to my house about a year ago. I had a bunch of smaller trees that were encroaching on my neighbor's property, started to hang over their house, and just wanted to get them taken out before it was a bad situation. ECR came over. They did the free estimate, gave me a great quote, great price on it. They came out, they did the work, they grinded the stumps, and now that is a load off my mind, my neighbor's mind. So take it from me when I say ECR, the place to go, especially with that storm the other night, and all the branches and stuff, the debris that's down all throughout the area. Do yourself a big favor and contact ECR Total Landscapes. Tell them I talked about it here on Fan Run Radio. They'll take great care of you, just like they did me. You can find out more at ECRTotalLandscapes.com. Yeah, we're going to have our boy Lucas Panzica coming up here in just a few minutes on the show. We'll talk to him not only about the Titans tonight, but and get his thoughts from a mid-state perspective on all things Tennessee Volunteer preseason practice. If you want to jump in, now's a great time to take a shot. 865-966-3435 is your phone number. 966-3435. Yeah, so a couple of people letting us know via text. You get into this minute distinction. Well, I guess it's not minute. It's a fairly large distinction between retiring a jersey and retiring a number. And I'm here for it, man. Retiring number, especially if we're going to have 105-man college rosters and multiple, there's only so many numbers that you can retire, right? I think you're going to have to move away from retiring the numbers. Retire the jersey. That's fine. I mean, Tennessee's already got what? You have the 4 men who died in World War II, and then Peyton, Reggie White, and Doug Atkins. So you've already got 7 numbers retired. You can't retire them anymore.
No, I agree. That's the LSU one is just so perplexing all the way around. And now, apparently Lane Kiffin's been talking with him too. And it's like, he wasn't even there when this other kid, this Pickett kid, was apparently promised that number. I mean, it's just, what a mess, man.
So it was a recruiting promise. DJ Pickett is the kid. He was a 5-star corner.
Yes.
And he wore number 3 last year, but Brian Kelly's staff promised him number 5 this year.
Yes.
And now, of course, Brian Kelly isn't there, and Lane Kiffin is getting questions about this today. Yeah. Most Lane Kiffin story ever. Of course, Lane Kiffin is at the center of this.
Yeah, of course. I agree with everything you said. There's just numbers are pretty finite. You can't retire too many of them, and I just think the fact that it wasn't even retired to boot just made this that much more laughable to me. And the fact that it's, boy, if this doesn't reaffirm we're still in the smack dab in the middle of talking season, if this was happening during the regular season, this would have been a story for about 10 minutes.
Do you remember the player at Georgia who wore number 1 in the early to mid 90s, Andre Hunter, Andre Hastings? He wore number 1. He's a great wide receiver at Georgia.
Yeah. Andre Hastings.
Hastings.
I do remember that name. Yeah.
He wore number 1 at Georgia. He wanted to go to Florida State, but they wouldn't let him wear number 1.
Yeah.
Because was that Deion's number? Somebody wore that and it was retired. So he went to Georgia instead.
Wow.
Because they didn't have his number. That's what he based his college decision on.
Now, to add to the madness here, we talked about this before the show, and I don't recall us mentioning it so far, was that now that Daniel's camp has actually contacted the university at LSU, and they want LSU to return its copy of the Heisman Trophy. to Jaden
So they're
Daniels.
not. This is no passing mad. Like they are IRL mad at LSU.
Yeah, apparently.
Again,
and that came from Matt Moscona, who does a great job covering LSU. And I mean, it's like, God.
You want to let him wear my number? Well, you better send my Heisman back.
Yep.
I mean, just imagine the level of petty. Too bad Bear's not here. He'd probably be taking Jaden's side.
Sounds like Jaden Daniels needs to get into the WNBA. He'd fit right in right now. I mean,
okay, well,
a lot of pettiness.
Well, I did see where their ratings are up 5% over last year. So again, I'm of the opinion that they should just lean into this. Their league already is a circus. Just go ahead and embrace that and be what you are.
Yeah, I just think that it's sad because it's not, the ratings aren't up because the basketball's better, and it is actually better. It's about all the other crap, but I don't know. I don't see it changing anytime soon. They need a new commissioner.
Well, they had a league-wide meeting yesterday to try and determine what a woman is. Results have been inconclusive. I'm looking forward to hearing their findings.
Yeah. And meanwhile, all the infighting and everything within the league still keeps happening. I mean, that's their bigger issue right now, in my opinion. But I don't know. Who are we? We just talk about
just a couple of guys with a couple of microphones.
That's it.
Time to take a quick break. Lucas Widespread Panzica of 104.5 The Zone in Nashville joins us next. We'll get his thoughts on the Titans tonight taking on the 49ers. A couple of other NFL games happening around the country this evening as well. And, of course, we'll get his thoughts on the quarterback race, George McIntyre versus Faison Brandon, the water cooler subject around Knoxville for the past couple of days. I don't think it's going away anytime soon. We'll talk to LP about it when we continue right here on Fan Run Radio. Stay with us.
The Drive. Big Orange Country's home for sports. This is Fan Run Radio.
It's a huge weekend at Covenant Health Park with your Knoxville Smokies. They're kicking off the weekend with a feel-good Friday. And for Saturday, make sure to wear your orange and arrive early. It's Tennessee night. The first 1,000 fans through the gates will get a free Deshaun Bishop bobblehead and stay late for fireworks. Sunday, it's our day game of the week, and it's Crayola Day. First 1,000 kids will get to color their own lunchbox. And after the game, they can run the bases. Weekend plans, check. Get your tickets now at SmokiesBaseball.com.
Golf Envy Farragut is the premier indoor golf experience you've been looking for. And right now, they are offering a limited number of founding memberships. Golfers can reserve their spot for just $150 before their September grand opening. Founding members receive 90 days of unlimited guest passes, as well as an exclusive risk-free first month. That's right. Try out Golf Envy with no obligation. Give it 30 days, and if it's not the right fit for what you're looking for, your first month's dues will be refunded. Members will get access to their Golf Zone 2 Vision NX simulator technology, the most realistic simulator on the market, where they can play more than 300 courses and compete in leagues and tournaments with players all across the country. Golf, rain or shine, 24/7, 365. To learn more and become a founding member, visit their website at farragut.golfenvy.com/presale.
Is your yard starting to look more wild than welcoming? Yeah, don't let your landscape be that house on the block. At ECR Total Landscapes, we make sure your outdoor space is something you're proud of. From de-weeding flower beds to leaf blowing, trimming, mulching, and more, completely customizable to your property's specific needs. We'll handle it all. Why spend your weekends sweating it out in the yard when you can just sit back and enjoy it? That's the ECR difference. And right now, new customers can get 10% off your first month of our monthly maintenance package when you sign up for a full calendar year. That's right. Consistent, reliable service at a price that makes it easy to get started. No sweat, no hassle, just a better looking lawn week after week. Call ECR Total Landscapes today and mention promo code FANRUN to save 10% on your first month. Call 865-384-2012 or visit us online at ecrtotallandscapes.com.
Is your crawl space damp, musty, or showing signs of mold? Call S&D Crawl Space and Insulation. From crawl space encapsulation and mold remediation to waterproofing, insulation, and dehumidifiers, S&D helps protect your home from moisture and poor air quality. Serving Knoxville and surrounding areas. Call 865-602-0590. That's 865-602-0590. S&D Crawl Space and Insulation, protecting your home from the ground up.
Located in Knoxville's historic Old City, Barley's offers great food, live music, the best draft beer selection in town, and now your new favorite place to watch sports. Their indoor projector is perfect for any weather, and they've revamped their upstairs area with more TVs to take in all of the action. Their menu features hand-battered chicken tenders, juicy burgers, fresh salads, and the tastiest pizza in Knoxville. You can enjoy their happy hour drink specials daily from open until 6 p.m. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
Citizens National Bank.
Are you getting penalized because you can't make it to your bank on time? No need for unnecessary roughness. It's time for a new game plan. Easily manage your accounts with Citizens National Bank's mobile banking app. Check your balance, deposit a check, and pay a bill all from your phone with CNB's mobile banking.
Citizens National Bank. Banking never felt so good.
Member FDIC. Back here on the drive, Fan Run Radio coming to you live from the Cove this afternoon. Fan Run Night at the ballpark. We got some of these cool Fan Run Night at the ballpark t-shirts to give away. Now, come one, come all. We're set up inside the team shop at street level on Jackson Avenue. Come on out, see us here this afternoon as we get ready for a little baseball in beautiful downtown Knoxville. Let's go out to the Mid-State right now and visit with our old pal Lucas Panzica, of course, with 104.5 The Zone, now in the Mid-State where he does a fantastic job. Good afternoon, LP. How are you, sir?
Afternoon, fellas. I'm good. I'm moving, so I'm currently unboxing stuff and unpacking stuff. And I'm wondering if there's anything in life that doesn't, outside of health stuff and actual serious, matters, like the mundanity of life. Is there anything worse than packing up your life and moving?
Man, it's tough now. I don't know what your life looks like now, but I can tell you when you get a little bit, when you're married with kids, it takes on. Then all of us, like you might, as a young single guy, Lucas, you might have, you might have a situation where you got like a friend's pickup truck and a bunch of boxes and stuff. But when you got that moving van pulling in your driveway, and as Jerry Seinfeld once said, your life just becomes a series of boxes for about a month.
Yes.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yes. Oh, it's the worst. It's the worst, but we're getting through it.
Where is my underwear now? That's Lucas's life for the next month or so. LP, we appreciate it. I hope you have time this evening to kick back and enjoy a little Titans preseason football as the Robert Saleh era kicks off tonight in San Francisco. Now, before we start breaking this down, first of all, Lucas, I just got to know, have the Titans survived the proximity to the infamous Santa Clara Power substation so far this week?
So far, we'll see how long it takes for those things to truly the
delayed effect.
But it is obviously I'm not in San Francisco, but it is notable that the Niners, whenever they host joint practice, make sure to put the opposing team that's there at the field closest to the substation. That was very clear. But the Titans got out of that practice. It was just the one joint practice. They got out of it with a few nicks and bruises, a couple guys ejected due to fighting, but knock on wood, so far so good. I think maybe it's more of a long-term exposure thing anyway.
Hey, Lucas, appreciate you joining us. Okay, here's my question about tonight's game. Because you may or may not know this. I'm a Colts fan. I'm from Indianapolis, and I am none too happy with what they did with their draft pick a couple of years ago with a certain quarterback named Anthony Richardson. He's getting the start tonight, and I believe that that's nothing more than just a shopping moment for the Colts. Just kind of saying, "Hey, anyone want this guy?" And I'm hearing Levis, is he getting run tonight? Is that the plan? Because I got to believe it's kind of in the same boat.
They are in a very similar boat and from the same draft class too. But yeah,
exactly.
Cam Ward's going to start. Starters are going to play. We'll see just how much. But Levis is probably going to be Levis's show, I would say, for, I don't know, at least a half. Ward will get out there. Maybe, if they get the ball, march down the field, score a touchdown, then you probably call it a day with Cam Ward. Mitch Trubisky will get some run with the twos. And then I imagine it'll be majority Will Levis. I don't know that we see Hendon Hooker, guys. Honestly, we're not out there for every single practice, but I have not with my eyes seen Hendon Hooker take a single snap of team drills. He's kind of just a body out there. So I think there will be a lot of Will Levis, and it would behoove the Titans for Will Levis to show something. He's made some nice throws during camp. He's also done some very Will Levis things that just make you shake your head and say, the more things change, the more they stay the same. I don't know if y'all saw the clip going around from the open practice last Friday where Levis is dropping back, and it's a perfectly clean pocket. He sprints to his right for no reason and then slams on the brakes and slips and falls on his butt. And it was like, okay, yeah, there's some deja vu. So we'll see, man. At this point, I'm not holding my breath that the Titans get anything meaningful for Will Levis. I do not expect him to be a part of this initial 53-man roster. But if he gets out there and balls out, then more power to him, and hopefully the Titans can get something out of it. But yes, he should be playing a lot. He's not starting like Richardson is, though.
I just coincidentally today I was at a Going Gone store, kind of a Dick's Sporting Goods outlet store, and I took a picture of it. It's they had a Will Levis jersey, one of the powder blue ones.
Oh, they got a bunch of them over there.
Yeah, and the thing is, the original price tag was $100, and I'm like, not that I was going to get one, but I was like, okay, they're going to be cutting this thing to the bone. They trimmed it down to like $85. It's like, hey, you know what, man? That's not going to be good enough.
No, I don't think so.
That's so.
I don't think a Kentucky fan would pay
Will
that.
Levis Titans jersey?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fascinating. I don't know how that's not on the clearance rack.
Exactly.
If they're not going to keep our boy Hendon Hooker around this season, they might as well just keep Levis just for the entertainment value of it. Because, you said it, Lucas. I saw that clip you were referencing earlier. Every time he goes on the field, it's a meme waiting to happen.
Yeah. It is crazy. I mean, it's a win-win from a viewer perspective if you're a Titans fan, right, with Levis out there. Either he plays really well and, maybe some of that draft stock goes up, or he does some Will Levis things and provides some sort of entertainment for us. I mean, I don't know. In all seriousness, like I hate kind of anytime somebody just gets dunked on over and over in that way. I have a hard time with it because Will Levis has arrived and all he's done is work hard and try to be a good quarterback. But it just hasn't happened, obviously, and it hasn't happened, unfortunately for him, in the most comical of ways at times. I know Titans fans are ready to just move on from him. To be honest, I was not out there at the open practice. I heard that they weren't exactly kind to him when he ran out onto the field. And when that play happened, it was a mixture of laughs and boos. And I got to wish that on anybody, man. So we'll see. He's a talented player, obviously. He's got the tools. Maybe. The Titans got a 7th for Malik Willis, right? And Malik, the tape that Malik put out there as a Titan was dreadful. We were stunned they got anything for him. So you never know. The reclamation quarterback has been a pretty big theme as of late in the NFL. I am genuinely hoping that Will Levis puts on some good performances in this preseason.
Lucas Panzico with us here this afternoon on the program. All right, Lucas. So back-to-back 3-win seasons for the Titans. We play the game, Will It Suck, here on the show from time to time. I'm going to ask you if the Titans are going to suck. How confident are you that this franchise is headed in the right direction right now, like on a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being supreme Seahawks level of confidence and 0 being, well, I guess the Titans the last 2 years.
Yeah, I would give it, without seeing a sample size of it yet, I would give it let's say a 6.5. And it's in sort of, it's above that 5/6 level, because there is kind of this feeling of, okay, the adults are in the room, sort of, where Robert Saleh, whose stint as the head coach of the Jets obviously did not go well, but there's a big old asterisk on it, right? There's so many reasons why that would not have gone well. And it does feel like there is a more mature leadership about this team, as opposed to before, where Brian Callahan was so clearly just trying to figure things out as he went. So there is a feeling as though the team, I guess, is going about their business in a more mature way when you got 3 different former head coaches at the current head coach spot, the offensive coordinator spot, and the defensive coordinator spot. It felt like they made a lot of moves in the offseason for it not to feel like this is just a team that's a bunch of free agents cobbled together. When you look at the moves they made in free agency, how many of them either played for Brian Dable or Robert Saleh at one point in their careers? The vast majority of the guys that they brought in, whether at critical positions too, right? On the offensive line at center, it's Austin Schlottman, who's worked with the Titans O-line coach with Brian Dable. It's Wan'Dale Robinson at wide receiver. On defense, it's Jermaine Johnson. On the edge, it's Jacob Martin on the edge, and John Franklin Myers. So there's kind of this feeling of like showing up at a new school, but all of your buddies are there and you guys all transferred together. It's kind of this interesting vibe with so many guys that are new to the Titans, but not new to each other and not new to the coaching staff. So it hasn't really had this feeling of new coaching staff, everything new, everything shiny, all this hope. It almost feels like they're in year 2 or 3 of this together, which is not how it felt at all in the beginning of the Brian Callahan era, even though they haven't gotten out there. So, I'm not going to go any higher than that 6 range because we haven't seen it happen on the field yet. And there was so much promise going into that 2024 season, the moves they made in free agency, and it fell so flat on its face. But the general vibe is adults are in the room. Now let's see if they can put it together, overcome some of the deficiencies on this team, and take advantage of some of the areas where they have legitimately strengthened the roster.
On that note, Lucas, if you're keeping an eye on things, if you are a Titans fan, either really a rabid fan or a casual, what are some of the other things to maybe be watching in this game, like positional battles, things like that? Because obviously we've spent some time talking about quarterback. That's pretty much that's cooked. We know what's going to happen there. It's more about some of these other roster positions. Like I'm going to be interested to see how much run Carnell Tate gets, but also some of these other positions in the trenches too. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, no, the trenches are where I'm going for sure. The offensive line. I mean, these preseason games, as you guys know, like it in terms of guys that have a lot to gain or a lot to lose, it's those lower end roster guys. And this is a player that I don't think is, his spot on the team is in danger because they're so thin at tackle. But Brandon Crenshaw Dixon, he's the former UDFA out of Florida, big dude that they brought in last year. And the offensive line situation as a whole is precarious at best. It figures to be the biggest weakness on this team in 2026. But I would love to see Brandon Crenshaw Dixon, who is kind of a candidate to be this team's 3rd tackle, kind of its swing tackle, push around some Niners backups. Kyle Shanahan has pretty much said starters are not going to play in this game. So that's definitely a guy that I look at. You always want to take a look at the rookies and see how they're acclimating. Anthony Hill Jr. is one that Titans fans are really excited about, 2nd-round linebacker out of Texas, really talented player. Can he play into a starting role right out of the gate, or is it going to be a slower process for him? But yeah, it is the offensive line. The Niners are not going to play their main guys. So if the offensive line has trouble in pass protection and in the run game, even if it's preseason game number 1, it's not to overreact to anything, but if they're having trouble tonight, then it kind of just continues to set in. Like that could very well be the thing that dooms the Titans this year, that really hinders Cam Ward's development. So yeah, my eyes go to those backup tackle spots, especially with a guy like Brandon Crenshaw Dixon that is young, could be high upside, and the Titans just desperately need one of these guys to hit at tackle and end this nonstop cycle.
Hey, LP, it's a big night of football around the NFL, not just with the Titans and Niners, but you've got Lions, Bengals, Packers, Steelers, Colts, Patriots, a couple of other games. Any of these other games have your eye or your attention this evening?
I mean, honestly, the Colts game, the Colts pass game, I love a situation like this. Like Anthony Richardson, he's pretty much down in the pecking order. It doesn't even seem like he's contending to be the backup. It feels like Riley Leonard's going to be the backup in Indianapolis, Bob, as you know. So I love a situation where a dude is starting in a preseason game, desperately trying to prove himself to another team, and a talent like Anthony Richardson in terms of the skills, the traits. Like I never really had this belief that Anthony Richardson was going to be this revolutionary generational NFL quarterback, right? Like in my mind, I try to simplify it. Were you good in college? No. Will you be good at the highest level of professional football? Probably not. Like that's usually the formula that I follow with the guys like Will Levis and Anthony Richardson. But it doesn't mean we can't be entertained by Richardson just with nothing to lose, man. Just out there slinging it, everything to gain in terms of catching somebody's eye, maybe garnering a trade of some sort. Honestly, that to me is more interesting than the fact that Joe Burrow's starting, right? And seeing him go through the motions a little bit to get his feet back under him.
Talking with Lucas Panzica, 104.5 The Zone in Nashville. And Lucas, would be interested to get your thoughts. What have folks in the mid-state been saying about the quarterback battle here in Knoxville between, of course, George McIntyre and Faison Brandon?
There was this feeling out of spring, as you guys have talked about a ton, I'm sure, that it's kind of done and dusted. Like, they came out of spring practice and said that, yeah, it seems like it's trending Faison Brandon. And people took that to mean, Faison's going to win that job. But, like, this is still a competition, right? I mean, you still have a whole month of fall camp to be played. These are still young players. So in my mind, in our discussion about it has been like, yeah, absolutely. I'd still call it a toss-up more than I would locked in, expect Faison Brandon, right? I mean, is that kind of how you guys have been seeing it? Does it feel more 50? Like if you had to sit here and choose, would you say, yeah, 50-50, ball still in the air, or are you going ahead and settling into the Faison Brandon camp? Because I feel like that's so premature after one spring.
Yeah, I mean, we've been talking about it. I mean, I think most of us were of the feeling that it was trending towards Faison heavily in the summer. And then it's seemingly out of nowhere this week, this narrative has popped up. Hey, George is right there. It's neck and neck. I think it's going to come down to these scrimmages. And I'll say this, LP, like I've been pretty consistent in saying I wouldn't be surprised if we see them both, the first couple of games, including Georgia Tech, and just let it play out in the actual. If it's that close, I think you kind of have to.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, I think that may be the case for a few of these situations around the league, right? I mean, it maybe we got to see it to believe it, but Vanderbilt may very well go into the season with Jared Curtis not starting in week one. It feels hard to believe with the recruit of that magnitude and how unprecedented that is for Vandy football. But Clark Lee's been steadfast that this is a legit competition. Same thing at Alabama. Most of these programs have relatively, they can ease into the season. That's certainly the case for Tennessee, at least in week one. But you got to have it figured out going into Georgia Tech, right? I mean, we've seen it in Heupel years where against a team like Pitt, you think you know who your quarterback is, and then that game ends, and now you really know who your quarterback is, and Hendon Hooker instead of Joe Milton. But in an ideal world, man, once that Furman game ends, you've got a pretty good idea, right?
You would think so. I think Josh Heupel hopes so. I don't know if it happens, though. If they – like, how much can you really tell if both play a half against Furman?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. But I mean, I also think that I kind of agree with Lucas. Maybe what you're getting at is come Georgia Tech, I feel like you got to go with somebody unless it becomes catastrophic what's happening. I think we do just see one quarterback against Georgia Tech, but who that's going to be seems to be pretty much up in the air now.
LP, we might have buried the lead with you here. Bob, are you aware that Lucas does such a great job, the Zone, and particularly with soccer? He was our World Cup correspondent this summer. I don't know about you. Walker and I had a lot of fun talking soccer with him over the summer. But Saturday night in Nashville at Geodis Park, which is a beautiful facility. If you ever get a chance to go to a game there, I highly recommend it. Nashville SC, MLS, hosting Inter Milan Lucas will be on the call for 104.5 The Zone, and for the game Nashville versus Miami, Messi going to be playing. How about our boy calling a Messi game?
That's wild.
In Nashville. Yeah, it's something you'll tell your grandkids about someday, Lucas.
It is a cool thing. Like it's third or fourth time that I've gotten to be on the call when Messi's Miami comes to Nashville. It's always going to be a pinch yourself thing. There's a lot around this game, right? His father just passed away this past weekend, and he seems like he's going to play. He came off the bench for them last night. Feels like he's going to start. It is a game between number 1 and number 2 in Major League Soccer, but yeah, man, anytime, regardless of sport, you get that opportunity to see somebody in person of that magnitude that you can legitimately call the greatest to ever do it at their respective sport. I mean, this is why you do this, right? For moments like these, games like these, watching players like these. Now, the worry is, and I'm sure you guys would have some good submissions for this. Like I mentioned, his father just passed away. They were really, really close. Messi is a player, even though he's shy and introverted, that has always played with, he wears his heart on his sleeve in terms of on the field. The emotion shows how much it means to him when he's playing for Argentina. I mean, you can kind of envision this happening this weekend, right? Lionel Messi hat trick, pointing to the sky, just all of that emotion unloaded onto whoever the opponent is. His opponent happens to be Nashville. Are there any moments or games, performances that come to mind for y'all when it comes to iconic performances born out of tragedy? Somebody that lost a loved one and then turned around in short order and just put out an incredible performance that was so clearly fueled by that sort of grief and mourning, right? Because we could be in store for one here, and Nashville will have to be prepared for that in a matchup of the two best teams in the league right now.
I always go back at Lucas. You and I were texting about this morning. The Brett Favre game. He played a Monday night game with the Vikings, I believe. Like it might have been the day his dad died, and had like a monster 4-touchdown game or something.
Monday night game.
Yeah,
you're right. Yeah,
and then the other one, LP, that comes to mind, and it was Jordan. His father was tragically murdered one summer, and then the next year they won the championship, and it was months later, but I just have the image burned in my mind of like they won, and as soon as the game was over, Jordan immediately ran to the locker room and like collapsed crying or something. The cameras followed him in there, and there's just an iconic shot of him basically lying on the floor face down right after the game. But tragedy can definitely inspire in the world of sports.
Yeah, I mean, the Isaiah Thomas Celtics performances in the playoffs right after his sister passed away came to mind. We talked about it a little bit this week. Had a ton of great submissions. So we'll see. I mean, for Nashville's sake, I hope that does not happen on the field. But there's no question. It adds another emotional component to a huge matchup on Saturday.
Lucas, great stuff as always, my friend. Good luck with the move over there in Nashville. Don't work too hard, and we look forward to checking in with you again soon.
Yeah, thanks, boys. Talk to y'all soon. See y'all.
Thank you, Lucas.
Lucas Panzit, you think when he's calling a Messi goal there in Nashville on the radio professionally, do you think he ever thinks to himself, wow, I used to broadcast in the bomb shelter with Russ and Bear?
I'm sure he thinks about it a lot.
How far he's come.
Yeah,
Or do you
God
think,
is good, man? That's what he's thinking. Is
it one of those things where, you always hear about the athlete who grew up poor or something like, I don't want to go back. I want to remember where I came from.
That's it.
Always, Bear Bryant was always afraid of being sent back to Morro Bottom, Arkansas.
Yeah. No, that's funny. That's funny. But yeah, what a kick that must be, though, man. That's incredible.
Looks like we're going to have some rain down here at the ballpark. First pitch is at 7. They're saying it should be done within an hour. So that gives you plenty of time.
Yeah, it's looking like it's upon us maybe in the next 15, 20 minutes. And then
hopefully just a quick shower, and then we can get out here and play. Cool everything off.
I mean, the radar looks pretty clear. It's like one blip. And then
well, the cloud cover is fine with me because
it
was a little toasty earlier today.
Yes, sir.
Here in downtown Knoxville. We'll take a quick time out when we continue. Open up the phone lines here. If you want to jump in, now is a great time to take a shot. We can get you in before the top of the hour. 865-966-3435 is your number to get on Fan Run Radio this afternoon. 966-3435. Back with more right after this.
The Drive.
Miss any of your favorite Fan Run show? Listen to the podcast on our free Fan Run radio app or wherever you listen to podcasts.
White Claw is taking hard seltzer to new heights with White Claw Surge. At 8% alcohol, White Claw Surge is a stronger wave of refreshment that doesn't compromise on taste. Available in 4 bold waves of flavor like ripe blackberry, citrusy blood orange, zesty natural lime, and tart cranberry. Check out your favorite retailer in-store and online for the White Claw Surge Variety 12-pack and 16-ounce single-serve cans. White Claw Surge. Please drink responsibly.
Is your crawl space damp, musty, or showing signs of mold? Call S&D Crawl Space and Insulation. From crawl space encapsulation and mold remediation to waterproofing, insulation, and dehumidifiers, S&D helps protect your home from moisture and poor air quality. Serving Knoxville and surrounding areas. Call 865-602-0590. That's 865-602-0590. S&D Crawl Space and Insulation, protecting your home from the ground up.
Your smile says it all, so make sure it's saying the right thing. At Knoxville Smiles, we believe healthy teeth mean happy lives. Invisalign is a clear aligner orthodontic treatment that gradually straightens teeth without the use of traditional metal braces. And now, at Knoxville Smiles, we're offering Invisalign special pricing for new patients. Call for details at 865-539-1776 or just visit us at knoxvillesmiles.com. Don't wait another day to love your smile. Smile brighter with Knoxville Smiles.
Matlock Tire, East Tennessee's #1 tire service and auto repair shop since 1953. Matlock means auto service you can trust. At Matlock, they don't just do tires, they also do oil changes, brake repair, wheel alignments, and more. Visit one of their 5 locations in Farragut, Maryville, Lenore City, Athens, and Hardin Valley. You can schedule your service online today at MatlockTireService.com. Modern convenience, hometown service, Matlock Tire Service and Auto Repair.
Vol fans, reimagine your home at Broadway Carpets and Flooring for any remodeling or building needs. With a variety of carpets, rugs, hardwood, vinyl, and stone, Broadway has all the flooring and installation options you're looking for, including pet-resistant products like Pet Perfect Carpet from Shaw Floors. Visit their showroom in downtown Knoxville or the location in West Knoxville located on Kingston Pike near Pellissippi Parkway today.
Shout out to our What You Talking About champion, Nick, stopping by and picking up a pair of tickets to the ball game tonight. He's feeling himself a little bit. Why not? You're the defending champ. He strutted in here.
He did. Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't quite the Conor McGregor walk, but
No, but he had a little edge.
yeah. And why not?
Absolutely.
Why not? 865-966-3435, your phone number if you want to get on the show here this afternoon. We are live today at Covenant Health Park for Fan Run Night with the Smokies. And we'll see. It's interesting to watch them set up here. They bring out all the, what do you call this, railing, ropes? Stanchions for the ticket office. And they're setting up like the metal detectors out there now. I think we're about to get rained on.
Yeah, you can see the wind is blowing now, so it's about to come through.
It will be cleared out, according to the radar anyway, well before our 7 p.m. first pitch. So hope to see you down here at Fan Run Night at Covenant Health Park in beautiful downtown Knoxville. You know, we were talking about what you're talking about with Nick, and the Council of Elders has made a ruling. Now, we are looking at a couple of things.
Yes.
So far in what you're talking about this year, we have made one ruling, and the ruling is this, and I don't think anybody is going to begrudge us this. So far, the lowest winning score has been 10. To protect the quality of the game and the sanctity of the game, and it is a sacred thing, what you talked about. We are instituting a rule that you can't make Champions League with a single-digit score. You have to score at least 10. So, and this did happen, I think, once, maybe even twice last year, where somebody won with like an 8 or a 9.
Yeah.
And, I mean, we don't want to discourage anybody from playing the game, but when you talk about champion, the best of the best, like we need people in there. We don't want Nick, for instance, playing somebody who barely squeaked in with like an 8.
Right.
Because that's just going to be a mismatch. That's Tennessee and Furman right there. And that's not a championship caliber game.
Yeah, and one that I agree with all that, and one I think it's probably it's kind of too late to do it now per se. Maybe not. We still have one round left of knockout games, but if there's a little bit of a developing argument that if you lose and say you score a small single-digit number, that's it. It's like a cut line. You missed the cut.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's what we're saying. Is
No,
you can't...
what I'm saying, though, is we've had people have that kind of number and then call back in and play again, is my point.
Oh, like you score single digits and you can't, like you're done?
Yeah. I'm not saying that's the new rule. I'm saying that's another one that I would like to put in front of the Council of Elders.
That's kind of harsh. Well, you score a 9 and you just have a bad day. And
well, that's how it happens, like in professional sports, too. I mean, you know, I don't know. Just something to think about.
Walker,
we've had a lot of low scores. That's all.
Walker, what do you think about Bob's suggestion that if you don't score double digits in a game, you not only are you not going to Champions League, you can't call in again and play again?
I don't hate it just because it gives more people a chance to play. I mean,
exactly.
You know, it's the most popular game in Knoxville. Everyone wants to play it. And, you know, some people just don't get the opportunity because we get a lot of the same guys that can call in, getting redemption.
Okay. No, I like it.
That's a good way to make sure more people can play.
I'm saying the cut line, it's like that should work for both ways. Should be like that's what you have to get at least a 10 to advance, and then also kind of got to get a 10 if you want to, even if you lose and you get
double digit or single digits, you go in losers league automatically.
Right.
And I would say that if we do get a day where 2 people score 10 plus and one of them loses with 10 plus, that person can come back on and try again. Because that's a respectable effort.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. I feel you.
Yeah.
I feel you. We'll submit it to the Council of Elders and issue a ruling tomorrow here on The Drive. Fan Run Radio on this Thursday afternoon edition of the program. Appreciate LP stopping by. Pretty good stuff. Let's get a phone call from Tim. Good afternoon, Tim. You're on The Drive. Fan Run Radio.
Yeah, thanks for the Panzika segment. Always world-class radio. Hey, how's our PK doing? Coop Renve, is he still there?
Cooper Ranvier, the kicker. I haven't heard. Yeah, I haven't heard much about him at all, which is maybe a good thing.
Like no news is good news.
Well,
yes.
I saw him on an interview last night out of Nashville, and he's got a little attitude. He's like a little skinny Pat McAfee, and he says he's a 5 handicap. So this might be a turning point for us if he's all he's cracked up to be. That could make a huge difference for the year. I hope it does.
It's all good as long as you can back it up, I guess.
True.
Yeah, and hey, it's not just Knoxville, man. I'm playing the game from Texas, so I like your Praetorian Guard decision for the double digit. And if not, you're relegated to the next year. But this thing's going.
Now, you already qualified this week, didn't you?
I did, and I was hurting from all the disparaging remarks from the enigmatic host that you are. But now I'm thankful that meritocracy exists at least somewhere in this country, and that would be the Drive.
Always. No free handouts here. You got to earn it.
That's right. Keep it up.
You got to earn it, Timmy.
I'm over it now. And go for it again. Hopefully the Praetorian Guard doesn't change it too much, so I'm out of it next week. But hold the double
All right,
digits.
Tim.
If
Thanks,
you would.
man. We got to run. Hour number 3 of the drive coming up. It's Fan Run Radio. Stay with us.
The Drive.
September 10th isn't just a sale, it's an experience. Join us as Liquor Vault celebrates its first anniversary with the biggest savings event of the year. Experience rare bourbon drops, surprising barrel releases, and complimentary tastings all day. For the wine enthusiasts, you can check out Jason Drotar's Wine Passport Experience. Cigars, they've got them too. Enjoy hourly giveaways, exclusive one-day only anniversary pricing, and surprises throughout the day. Find a Vault Golden ticket and receive exclusive access to Liquor Vault's highly anticipated end-of-year rare bourbon allocation. People will be talking about this event for months. The only question is, will you be there? The Vault Experience, September 10th, only at Liquor Vault's anniversary party. Located at 2901 Tazewell Pike. Check out their specials and sign up to get discounts at liquorvault.com.
Is your smile ready for the spotlight? Hi, I'm Dr. Jacob Wilco, and at Knoxville Smiles, we make every visit a reason to smile. From routine cleanings to dazzling cosmetic treatments, our experienced team uses the latest technology to keep your teeth healthy and your smile bright. With a warm, welcoming atmosphere and personalized care, we're here to make sure you leave feeling your best. Don't wait. Your perfect smile is just a call away. Book your appointment today at 865-539-1776 or online at knoxvillesmiles.com. Smile brighter with Knoxville Smiles.
Is your crawl space damp, musty, or showing signs of mold? Call S&D Crawl Space and Insulation. From crawl space encapsulation and mold remediation to waterproofing, insulation, and dehumidifiers, S&D helps protect your home from moisture and poor air quality. Serving Knoxville and surrounding areas, call 865-602-0590. That's 865-602-0590. S&D Crawl Space and Insulation, protecting your home from the ground up.
Are you ready for the start of a new season? Maybe looking for your team to go on a tournament run? Get game day ready with Crumble. Head on over to your nearest location and pick up 12 pre-selected cookies plus exclusive toppers. When you're looking for dessert options, there's no question about who you should call on. Our listeners already know. Last year, the Dubai chocolate was a home run, along with the brownie batter. Oreo crumb was another crowd favorite. What new flavor will set the standard this season? If you're in the Knoxville area, there are 3 locations ready to serve you: Clinton Highway, Parkside Drive, and Maryville. Download the Crumble app to build your best lineup and vote on the best combos. You can even put your bid in to request a new flavor. Order in the app and slide on over to your nearest location. Tell them Fan Run sent you, and as always, it's for the fans, by the fans. Don't miss the cookies.
Blackford Veterinary Surgery Referral specializes in surgeries not regularly performed by your pet's general veterinarian. They're currently accepting referrals from vets all across the country. With their newly renovated state-of-the-art surgery center and highly trained staff, clients can rely on professional and thorough care. If your vet says that your pet needs surgery or rehab, ask for a referral to Blackford Vet and let them get your best friend back on its feet. Located conveniently in West Knoxville. For more information, visit blackfordvetsurgery.com.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
We really need to get some branded stuff. Shirts, hats, promo items, something professional.
I mean, we could just find a website and order a bunch of it ourselves.
You could, but you're taking a big risk. You don't know the quality, the fit, the timeline. It's a roll of the dice.
Yeah, I guess, but isn't that how everyone does it now?
Not the ones who actually care about how their brand looks. Look, if we're putting our name on it, it needs to be done right. We need SM Athletics.
SM Athletics?
Yeah, they specialize in working with businesses like ours. Apparel, hats, promo gear, but real, customized stuff. They actually care if it turns out right.
Probably a lot better than getting stuck with 100 t-shirts with crooked logos.
Exactly. Plus, they'll walk you through everything. Sizing, colors, material, so it matches the image we're trying to build.
Makes sense. What's the name again?
SM Athletics. Trust me, if you want to look like a real company, not a flea market stand, This is the move. If you're serious about your brand, work with people who are serious about getting it right. SM Athletics.
It's time for The Drive's Top 5 at 5.
Quitting time on your Thursday, 5 o'clock here on Fan Run Radio. Russell and Bob live this afternoon at Covenant Health Park. It's Fan Run night with the Smokies, and we are here for another hour getting you ready for the evening shift. Still waiting on this rain. What do you think, Bob? Are we just going to dodge it here?
I don't know, man. The percentages were up near 100 at about 5 o'clock. Now we're at 5.
But also looking very good to be done by 7.
Correct.
First pitch.
Again, just a very small cell, it looks like.
Excellent. All right, let's send things back to the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. Walker Smith standing by with today's top 5 at 5. Walker, hit it.
At number 1, on threes and AP poll voter Brett McMurphy has released his college football preseason rankings for 2026. He has Tennessee ranked number 22 in his opening rankings, behind Alabama and Louisville.
And the full AP poll comes out on Monday.
Yep.
Where were we in the coaches poll? 18?
Yes, that's correct.
I'd expect to be somewhere in the similar range, the AP poll.
I would hope so.
Do you put more stock in the AP or the coaches poll? Traditionally, and I don't even know, maybe Walker's generation looks at it differently, but the coaches poll and the AP poll historically, to me, have always – those are the two that matter.
Right. I've always personally, I always put more stock in AP, but that's just me.
You always hear that the coaches poll is really just a couple of, the SID.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah, exactly. It's like how many coaches are actually putting a vote in.
I don't think Kirby Smart and Shane Beamer are spending any long amount of time going through scores, watching tape of other teams and everything.
Correct.
I would agree. But, I don't know how you guys feel about it, but I like to look at ESPN's power rankings with all the analytics and they do with their football power index. Okay. I love the numbers break it down and like what teams like on paper are better compared to how the AP and the coaches poll rank them, which is by their resume.
It's just so funny. Back in the 90s, people disparaged the quote unquote computer polls. Nobody wanted those types of polls to decide who were the best teams in college football were. I think just over the past 30 years, I think the advance in computer technology and algorithms and all that stuff has gotten to the point where I'm kind of with Walker. I trust that stuff more than I do the people polls, because there's no way you can see all this stuff. But if you can take enough data and crunch it into those numbers, because back in the day, the Sagarin poll, it was just like wins, losses, strength of schedule. Nowadays, you've got like average yards per play, expected points per play, like all this crazy data that, I can't say that I understand it all, but if you get enough of it in there, into the formula, I feel like you're probably getting a better picture of who's good in college football than just a couple of sports writers from around different parts of the country averaging out their polls.
Yeah, I think that whole notion of data cuts, so to speak, because it's the same way with basketball too. I mean, this stuff gets really granular, but I agree. I think if you can start to get the hang of following it, it gives you a better understanding of it.
I put so much more stock in Ken Pom in those rankings than I do the coaches poll or the AP poll.
Right.
That's just so much more accurate. It's hard to argue against that stuff.
Ken Pom, Torvik, all those. You're right. And what's the football analog to Ken Pom, or is it what
ESPN, FPI?
Yeah.
There are others like shows that they all have their own models and own ways of doing it, but for football power ratings, it's normally ESPN that does a really good job of those. It's just a better way of telling you which teams are better on paper compared to what the AP poll and the college football playoff poll are based on the results and the resumes of each team. At number 2, LSU cornerback DJ Pickett has said today that he has no plans to change out of number 5 amid pushback from the 2023 Heisman Trophy winner Jaden Daniels, with the Washington Commanders quarterback saying the situation won't distract from his focus on the NFL season. An attorney representing Daniels informed LSU yesterday or earlier today that it can no longer use his name, image, and likeness because of Pickett getting the number 5.
I even saw where Pickett's father is kind of like, this fires me up even more. Like, let's go dig our heels in.
They're showing no deference to Jaden Daniels.
Exactly.
Oh, man. I'm glad this isn't us. I'm glad we're not dealing with this right now. This is the perfect thing for Lane Kiffin to have to figure out.
I mean, it's the first time at LSU that it hasn't been his fault. Stuff going on down there. Nice.
Yeah, but it might be the last time.
It will not. It probably might be the last time. At number 3, multiple starting QBs are expected to get snaps tonight in Week 1 of the NFL preseason. Joe Burrow will play for the Bengals. Josh Allen will get snaps for the Bills. Deshaun Watson will start for the Browns. And VFL's Hendon Hooker, Josh Dobbs, and more are expected to get snaps as well.
I'm going to be watching Deshaun Watson's
I was about to say, yeah,
very closely.
What does your gut tell you on how that works out?
I want to believe the guy's still got some talent. I don't know. It may be my Shedeur Sanders hate shining through there.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, man,
how unlikable do you have to be where you're pulling for Deshaun Watson in that competition?
That's kind of where I'm at, to be honest.
Yeah. I don't know how it's going to end up, but it's the Browns, and I'm pretty sure it ain't going to be good.
Yeah, I would agree.
At number 4, the MLB's Field of Dreams game is back after 4 seasons from the beautiful cornfields of Dyersville, Iowa. The Phillies take on the Twins, with both teams trying to secure a wild card position in the postseason. First pitch is at 7:30 on Netflix.
And they're back in Iowa. The last time they had this, it was at Rookwood Field in Birmingham, I believe. So I like this thing. This is fun.
Yeah.
We'll be here tonight, but I'm sure I'll check out some of the highlights of that.
Yeah, I'll probably catch the tail end of that, I would think.
Are they going to be wearing old-timey uniforms?
Oh, no.
We'll have to look. I'm sure we'll find out. I bet they'll do. I mean, they've done this twice. They did it the first time in 21 and in 2022. And
Walker,
the best part about it is when they walk out of the cornfield doing lineups.
I was going to say the first year they had it was like the Yankees and the White Sox, and of course the White Sox I think were the focal point of the movie, and the players like walked out of the cornfield. It was both cheesy and awe-inspiring at the same time.
Walker, it's the Twins, and who else? Who are they playing?
Phillies.
Yeah, I mean, I was just going to say the Phillies do too, but the Twins have some great, I love the Twins uniforms, man. I've always loved that.
The cream throwbacks they wear.
Yeah, and the TC on the hat, the old hat. Love that.
It's good stuff.
Yeah.
And at number 5, a Phoenix man faces armed robbery and kidnapping charges after police say he robbed a Scottsdale Shake Shack location where he worked, then returned to the store 2 days later where he was arrested. He entered the restaurant through the rear door armed with a semi-automatic handgun. He allegedly forced one employee into a walk-in cooler at gunpoint and then directed the on-duty manager to open the store safe and hand over approximately $2,800 in cash. However, both victims recognized the robber's mannerisms and knowledge of the store, and police eventually arrested him in the next couple of days on his way to Shake Shack in his uniform.
Wow.
I'm no criminal mastermind, but I would always think if I were going to rip a place off, if I were going to steal from a place, when I'm walking out with the stolen goods, merchandise, whatever, that's the last time I ever go to that location.
Correct.
Like never going back.
I agree.
Fleetwood Mac, never going back again. But seems like a lot of these guys get caught that way. Like the serial killer who has to like go back to the body that they put in the woods somewhere.
Yeah.
I don't know what compels people to do the things they do.
That's a moment where you need Bear here to comment on.
Yes. He'd walk us through the psychology of it.
Yes.
Thank you, Walker.
Trying to get to work. You guys still got to make a living, I guess. Maybe he thought that his coworkers just wouldn't recognize him. These people you work and you spend hours with in a small confined area, they wouldn't recognize your voice or way that you happen to know where everything is in the store.
Who was the football player who got arrested because he had committed some crime, some assault or something in his jersey? Was it Chris Henry, the late Chris Henry, maybe?
Maybe.
Back in the day. They're like, dude, you're wearing it's got your name on it. Like, what are you doing?
By the way, that dude's son is a monster at Ohio State.
Yes.
Chris Henry Jr.
Well, I mean, they are loaded.
They sure are. They always are.
Bo Jackson is back. No relation to the Bo Jackson. It's a Bo Jackson.
Jeremiah Smith, that guy's okay.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
I think he's got a future in that game.
Yeah.
Walker Smith with today's Top 5 at 5. It's brought to you by our friends at Knoxville Smiles. It's where I go to the dentist. And if it's been a while since you've had just a routine dental cleaning, a little checkup, now's a great time to go down there and say, hey, man, I heard Russell talking about it on Fan Run Radio and just would love to get my teeth cleaned. They'll do that for you. If you've got a toothache, if you've got something that's giving you problems, something you want to check out, it's been a while, you need some x-rays or something. You'd be amazed at the level of technology and sophistication that goes into modern dentistry these days. KnoxvilleSmiles.com. Check them out. Schedule your appointment today. Tell them Fan Run Radio sent you. Smile brighter with Knoxville Smiles. Live today at Covenant Health Park. It is the 3rd annual Fan Run night at the ballpark. Smokies versus the Rocket City Trash Pandas. That's Huntsville, right?
I believe so, yes.
And Nate Snead, former Vol, getting the start tonight for the Trash Pandas. So a big opportunity for him. Of course, he was such a key role in the 2024 National Championship team for Tennessee. How do we handle that tonight? We're going to root for the home team, but
you got to give Nate his cursory due when he goes out there the first time.
Nice round of applause.
Yep, and then after that, it's all business, man.
Really,
nothing personal.
You want to light Nate Snead up tonight?
Yeah.
Okay.
Go Smokies, man.
All right. I don't treat minor league baseball that seriously, but Bob's got his game face on. Walker, how do you handle this one as a Tennessee fan?
I'd probably handle it the same way I handled
Okay.
Christian Moore coming back a few years ago last year when he made his debut at Smokies Park, when, you cheer for all the Smokies team related stuff, but when Christian Moore hit a bomb, everyone's cheering for him. Everyone's cheering for him.
And let me reel it in. Let's say it's, they don't need to light him up, but if, let's have a pitcher's duel. If the Smokies win 2-1 or something like that, but Nate Snead pitches good, that's awesome. That's great.
When I was here for the last game when Fisher and Burke were playing for Biloxi. Of course, Burke's at AAA now in Nashville, but
Fish is
those guys
doing it right now.
When those guys came up to hit, I was hoping they'd hit a dinger.
Burke got his first hit in AAA last night. I think he's a big boy. I mean, I think it's because of the way the uniform is for Nashville. They got black shoes, black top, and everything. It was like, God, man, he looks thick. But
he doesn't. When you're watching on TV, he looks. Again, personal appearance, not show fodder.
Yeah,
he looks unathletic.
No, I agree. I agree.
When I sat next to him a couple of weeks ago here, he looked better in person.
Yeah.
I guess the uniform adds a few pounds.
I guess
maybe.
So. Yeah.
Depends on how you wear it. If it's a little baggy. They did post, I think it was last week or over the weekend, like in one of his first games, scored a game-winning run going second to home on a single. Guy was flying around the base pass, getting there for the win. He can still move. Still
Get a phone call from Joshy Boy. JB, you're on the drive, Fan Run Radio. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. How are you guys doing today?
Hey, we're doing well. Thanks.
Good. Yeah, so I want to touch on this Jaden Daniels situation. So, do you guys think that LSU should retire his number? Because unlike Joe Burrow, he went undefeated and they won a national championship, and Burrow won a Heisman as well.
Yeah, far be it from a couple of Tennessee guys to tell LSU how to handle their business. I would rather retire the jersey than the number. First of all, you run out of numbers at some point, and numbers are important in recruiting now. Like people want to know that they can wear their favorite number when they go to your school. So I'd like to have that open. I'm a big Ring of Honor guy. Bob, you and I were talking during one of the breaks. Like the Cowboys, you were saying Michael Irvin's like that. It's hard for me to believe that Michael Irvin's 88 is not retired. I guess CD Lamb is wearing it now.
Correct.
But they have like the Ring of Honor, and it's just the names up there. I think that's sufficient. Like you put Peyton Manning's name up there. I don't know why we have to retire the number. Nobody can ever wear it again. That's just my opinion.
No, I think that's right. And Irvin had a great point of view. He talked about it on Jimmy Kimmel and just recently and was saying, hey, if somebody performs well with that number, if CD Lamb does well, they'll be like, man, that's just like Michael Irvin. Or if they don't play that well, they're like, man, Michael Irvin would have never done that.
Yeah, you win either way.
Yeah, so that's a good outlook to have. So I agree with you.
Yeah.
I've always said Michael Irvin, voice of reason.
Absolutely.
Good outlook on things.
Very grounded guy.
Yes.
Never too high, never too low. He's
sober-minded individual.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I want to pose a question to you guys, and I know I probably asked it before this summer. Do you think if Tennessee goes 9-3, it depends on who they lose to? Is there a chance they could be in the playoffs at 9-3?
There's a chance.
Sure. I'd say there's a chance. It just obviously depends on what goes on all around them, with the other guys, the other teams rather. So,
right.
But yeah, I'd say, better chance at 10-2, but 9-3, I think we're going to see, well, for sure when they expand the field, 9-3 is going to probably be good enough to get you in, but could even happen next year.
Joshy boy, thanks for the phone call. We got to take a quick time out here. You're listening to The Drive on Fan Run Radio live today at Covenant Health Park. Let's take a quick break. When we continue, we've got Chris Allen, general manager of your Knoxville Smokies, with us live on location, and we'll talk about Fan Run Night at the ballpark when we continue next here on Fan Run Radio.
The Drive.
Congratulations. You found sports radio that doesn't suck. This is Fan Run Radio, Knoxville.
It's a huge weekend at Covenant Health Park with your Knoxville Smokies. They're kicking off the weekend with a feel-good Friday. And for Saturday, make sure to wear your orange and arrive early. It's Tennessee night. The first 1,000 fans through the gates will get a free Deshaun Bishop bobblehead and stay late for fireworks. Sunday, it's our day game of the week, and it's Crayola Day. First 1,000 kids will get to color their own lunchbox. And after the game, they can run the bases. Weekend plans, check. Get your tickets now at smokiesbaseball.com.
Is your crawl space damp, musty, or showing signs of mold? Call S&D Crawl Space and Insulation. From crawl space encapsulation and mold remediation to waterproofing, insulation, and dehumidifiers, S&D helps protect your home from moisture and poor air quality. Serving Knoxville and surrounding areas. Call 865-602-0590. That's 865-602-0590. S&D Crawl Space and Insulation, protecting your home from the ground up.
Barley's has live music on weekends, general team trivia on Wednesday nights at 8 p.m., and now live sports trivia courtesy of the Knoxville Trivia Guys every Thursday night upstairs. The game starts at 7 p.m. and is free to play for everyone, so head on down to the Old City and show off your sports knowledge and win gift cards to Barley's. Use those gift cards to buy some delicious food and drinks, and you can take it all in with their wide selection of TVs and indoor projectors. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
Tired of spending your weekends working in the yard? Let ECR Total Landscapes handle it for you. We'll take care of de-weeding your flower beds, leaf blowing, trimming, mulching, and more. Let us do the heavy lifting so your landscape looks great. Right now, get 10% off your first month of our monthly maintenance package when you mention promo code FANRUN. Reliable service, great results, and more free time for you. Call us today at 865-384-2012 or visit us online at ecrtotallandscapes.com.
Golf Envy Farragut is the premier indoor golf experience you've been looking for. And right now they are offering a limited number of founding memberships. Golfers can reserve their spot for just $150 before their September grand opening. Founding members receive 90 days of unlimited guest passes as well as an exclusive risk-free first month. That's right. Try out Golf Envy with no obligation. Give it 30 days, and if it's not the right fit for what you're looking for, your first month's dues will be refunded. Members will get access to their Golf Zone 2 Vision NX simulator technology, the most realistic simulator on the market, where they can play more than 300 courses and compete in leagues and tournaments with players all across the country. Golf, rain or shine, 24/7, 365. To learn more and become a founding member, visit their website at farragut.golfenvy.com/presale.
Citizens National Bank.
Kick off this football season with a CNB Plus Perks checking account. Move downfield with free online and mobile banking. And cross the goal line with extended evening hours and Saturday banking. Banking at CNB has its perks. Find out more at cnbtn.com.
Citizens National Bank. Banking never felt so good.
Member FDIC.
Hey, Vols fans, Cody Brown here. I grew up right here in Tennessee and know what it means when someone says, I've got your back. That's why you can trust Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Whether it's your home, your vehicle, your family's future, or the business you built from the ground up, we will show up for all of your insurance needs. We are Tennesseans who understand what matters, which is doing right by you. Insurance is not all about just paperwork and policies, but it's about the people we insure every day. So if you want insurance that hits home, give me a call at 865-992-3871. Go Vols.
All right, we're back here on The Drive. It's Fan Run Radio coming to you live from Covenant Health Park. Russell and Bob down here, and pleased to be joined by General Manager of your Knoxville Smokies now, Chris Allen. Chris, good to see you, my friend. How are we?
I'm doing great. Hope you guys are.
Yeah, we're doing very good. Always good, even when it's a little wet outside. Never a bad day at the ballpark.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, it's been a little wet just about every day for the last month, so we kind of expected this today, and clear out of here and we'll play baseball.
Yeah. Do me a favor, bend that microphone a little bit closer to you. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, it's rubber. There you go.
There we go.
Looking good. Yep. Chris, how's the second year gone down here at Covenant Health Park? I know last year was a lot of new. It was just there were new challenges, but also it was such a great year. People love this new facility. Kind of got your sea legs under you now that you've been doing this for a year?
I think so. The community's really taken to the team, and the ballpark is fantastic. Everyone loves it. We've got our challenges as more and more retail comes in, and there's going to be a lot of construction down here for the next 2 to 5 years at least. But it's exciting. It's a fun place to be, and the community really has taken to the team.
Yeah, that's a good segue into the question about we're seeing. Each time I come down here now, I see more and more development, and there was always the promise of that. So now it's happening, and it feels like it's going to be kind of a steady flow, right? I've seen other stuff going on right across the street in right field, and I mean, this was the vision you and Randy and everybody had, and it's starting to become real. And this is talk about reinvigorating an area. Yeah. This is incredible.
It really is. I mean, I've seen it happen all over the country for years. I've been working in baseball my whole career. And it's amazing what a nice baseball stadium or any sports complex can do for a community like this. And yeah, the developments. I'm more I spend more time looking at things that are coming to town than I do the baseball side of things nowadays, which is good. I mean, it's a lot of fun to be part of it, and it's great. It's exciting, you know.
Well, now, and this is I hate to bring you into a polarizing topic, but I think there's some linkage here. Just what you talked about. Something that's really, really, I said polarizing with Tennessee fans is what Danny White's envisioning doing with this entertainment district. But coming from your side, from a business side, you feel that's kind of like table stakes these days with, like what has been in the past almost single-use venues?
Yeah, I mean, look, it's going to work. Anything UT does seems to work, right?
Yeah.
It's going to be huge. In my opinion, I guess that's the next step for UT. I'm in support of stuff like that. Obviously, working in sports, I don't think a community can have enough professional or minor league operations. It's just great for the community, great for the quality of life.
Speaking of UT, we've got a significant tie here tonight as the opposition is started. We've seen a couple of these guys come through here for other teams this year. Now, Nate Snead, who played for Tennessee's 2024 national championship team, getting the start for the Trash Pandas tonight. And we were just talking like, how do we handle this as Smokies fans? Bob says we give him a nice round of applause when he goes out there, and then we try to beat his brains out. And not in so many words, but
you know what? You're right. We've had seen a lot. I mean, I know Blake Burke came through here this year, and he murdered us when he was here. He had 2 or 3 home runs during the series. Fisher was here.
He didn't last long in Double-A. He's up in Triple now.
I tell you what, that guy has some raw power. You think he had good time when he was playing against us? Just seeing him at BP, he was hitting absolute bombs out there. That whole team is loaded to the max. I mean, they had Jesus Mate, which is the #1 prospect in baseball. I mean, they're just loaded. They had 3 or 4 of the top 10 prospects here. But with that said, yeah, that's exactly what we do. We give them a nice round of applause. Probably have to flow a few more tickets on the pass list for the visiting team when they were playing.
Yeah.
But we didn't want to take it to them if we can.
There you go. See, Chris and I are aligned. That's right. Let's talk about the team a little bit because, this is a team that's been very, very good in years past. And, this year in the thick of things, it's always that you have to bring players in. You just had Cabrera in, right?
Yep. Looked great the other night.
Yeah, to do some rehab. So it's always that coming and going part that happens in Double-A. But how's the team sizing up this season within the Southern League?
Well, we won the first half.
Yeah.
Had a great team. We still have a great team, a very good team. But that's just the nature of minor league baseball. When you're really good in the first half, you're going to lose some guys. We did lose our top prospect in the whole system. He got traded. I thought he'd go to AAA, but he got traded. That's a blow. Look, I'm not going to lie to you. You hate to lose your top prospect. But with that said, we understand the process. With all due respect, the Cubs are not worried about winning at the Double-A championship.
Yeah,
they're trying to win at the big league level. We understand that, and we support that. It is nice to win here, so it's great that they've got us a good, solid team. And we've got some great prospects that are coming our way over the next month here. I mean, I think we're going to retool, and I think we're going to be hard to beat the second half.
What's that relationship like with the Cubs? I was outside looking in, thought it feels like you guys have a really tight relationship with the parent club. Now, you're talking about Jefferson Rojas, who was the top prospect in the Cubs organization. And, man, he was fantastic to watch here the first half of the year. But that does have to be tough to see him walk out the door for the last time.
You know what? That's the way it goes.
Yeah.
So, when we were over in Kodak, we had Chris Bryant, Cal Schroeder, all those guys went through there. A lot of people don't realize we didn't win any championships then either. But boy, did we have a great team. We had a really good team. That's just the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. But I got to tell you, the relationship is wonderful. The Cubs, they communicate well. We've got a 17-year relationship now. I've been here with the team since.
Has it been that long?
It's been that long. We're one of the longest tenures in all of minor league baseball right now. The only one longer is Iowa ahead of us, and they've been with the Cubs for 40 or 50 years. So it's pretty amazing. But no, it's been a good relationship. The only challenge you have is obviously when you have bad times, and the Cubs have had some bad times, you'll have a lot of turnover at the big league level. So it's good that they're winning. It's good to have a familiar face to talk to every offseason. And it's nice. It is nice.
When I was growing up in Indianapolis, so I was back then Indianapolis Indians. They were the Reds farm team. I think they're the Pirates now. But it was the Iowa Oaks. and now it's Iowa Cubs, right?
Cubs,
yeah. So they've changed that.
Oaks, I can't remember the Oaks.
Yeah, I'm showing my age, Chris.
You saying you remember when Iowa was not a Cubs affiliate?
Yeah.
Dating yourself, Bobby.
I think they might have been a Cubs. No, I think they were Cubs affiliate, but they went by the Oaks for a while.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and so, but I'm still old. That doesn't change. Here's another question for you, because there's a lot of chatter, and again, from your perspective, I just want to get your take on things. I mean, no necessarily inside information, but expansion is always the topic for Major League Baseball, right?
Yep.
And there's been talk of it, and there's been a lot of talk about baseball coming at a bigger level in this state. I mean, from your perspective, that's good for business, right? Wouldn't you think?
Absolutely. I do think once they get these labor talks worked out, I do think expansion is the next thing on the horizon for Major League Baseball. And I believe Nashville is one of probably 4 locations they're looking at. To me, I think it's a no-brainer to put a team in Nashville. I really think it's a no-brainer. And that'll be nothing but good for us. That'll bring more fans to baseball. I do think, unfortunately, we might lose our Cubs affiliate because we don't control that anymore. I can see us becoming a Nashville affiliate. Same goes for Chattanooga. I could see them go away from the Reds to become a Nashville affiliate. Again, we have no control over that, but it makes perfect sense. It's basically all off of your location at this point now. But I think it's going to be great. I hope Nashville gets a team. I'm rooting for that.
Yeah.
Well, that's something to keep an eye on, certainly for the next couple of years. We're visiting with Chris Allen of the Knoxville Smokies here this afternoon at Covenant Health Park. Chris, another question here just about the development around the area. Of course, you got Jackie's Dream in here. You got the Iron Forge up the street. A couple of other things going in here down the first baseline. What's next for Knoxville in this area around the ballpark?
We have obviously restaurants. It's tons of restaurants here, but we have Jonathan's Grill that's going to go across the street over here, which is big in Nashville. They should do very well, very successful operation. We have there's a golf thing going in over here, like a simulator type golf thing.
Okay.
Which should do well. And then you're looking at more restaurants. I know we got an ice cream place coming up that'll probably be the next thing opened up here on Jackson here.
That'll be a hit.
It should be a hit. And then just like anything in downtown, we'll probably have a coffee shop somewhere around here.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I read something in the News Sentinel about the golf venue, and that's kind of like, it's going to be kind of a sports bar / golf simulator type thing where you can eat, drink, take a few swings.
It should be really cool.
Yeah, definitely. That's awesome. Well, it looks like tonight is working out, man. The rain kind of came, and now it looks like it's clearing out again. And you go through this all the time, I'm sure, the ups and downs with the weather.
It's been a lot like that this last 30 days or so. Yeah. With that said, last year we got killed with rain. I mean, we had 4 of our biggest nights rained out. So we'll take this shower in the middle of the day and play baseball at night. It makes it a little bit steamier, if that's even a word.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, we're still playing baseball at that point.
Absolutely. Come on down to Covenant Health Park. Here's William Pattison, one of our earlier midday hosts. He's going to be throwing out the first pitch tonight. Hasn't always gone well for fan-run personalities, so that's something to keep an eye on. Chris, good stuff, my man. Always great to see you. Thanks for having us out. We love being partnered up with the Smokies.
Yes, sir.
For us longtime Knoxville residents, like seeing baseball back down here in downtown Knoxville is, man, it's been a long time coming, and it just keeps getting better.
Hey, we appreciate the partnership, too. Thanks for being out tonight, and you guys are great.
Yeah,
Yes,
thank you so much, Chris.
Thank you.
It's Chris Allen with the Smokies here in beautiful downtown Knoxville as the rain gets out of the way and we get ready for baseball a little bit later on this evening. We'll take our final timeout of the show. We'll come back with a speed round. You want to jump in, 865-966-3435, your phone number to get on board. Back with more Fan Run Radio right after this.
The Drive.
For the fans, by the fans. This is Fan Run Radio, Knoxville.
What kind of day is it? It's a White Claw day. Grab a pack, grab your friends. Everything else in life can wait. Your friends shouldn't. Let's go. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavor. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
Is your crawl space damp, musty, or showing signs of mold? Call S&D Crawl Space and Insulation. From crawl space encapsulation and mold remediation to waterproofing, insulation, and dehumidifiers, S&D helps protect your home from moisture and poor air quality. Serving Knoxville and surrounding areas. Call 865-602-0590. That's 865-602-0590. S&D Crawl Space and Insulation, protecting your home from the ground up.
Vol fans, reimagine your home at Broadway Carpets and Flooring for any remodeling or building needs. With a variety of carpets, rugs, hardwood, vinyl, and stone, Broadway has all the flooring and installation options you're looking for, including pet-resistant products like Pet Perfect Carpet from Shaw Floors. Visit their showroom in downtown Knoxville or the location in West Knoxville located on Kingston Pike near Pellissippi Parkway today.
Is your car ready for the road ahead? At Matlock Tire and Auto Service, they've got everything you need to keep you and your family safe on the road. Whether you need new tires, a quick oil change, or expert repairs, Matlock is your one-stop shop that keeps you moving safely. Matlock's certified technicians offer top-notch service for brakes, alignments, batteries, and more. Plus, they carry all the top tire brands, and they're the home of the world-famous price match guarantee. Bring in any competitor's ad, and they'll match the exact same tire for the exact same price. That's how Matlock Tire goes the extra mile for you. Convenient, reliable, affordable. Matlock Tire and Auto Service. Visit any of their 5 area locations in East Tennessee, in Farragut, Lenoir City, Maryville, Athens, and Hardin Valley. Find the location nearest you and schedule your appointment online today at matlocktireservice.com.
Fan Run Radio, The Drive continues. Live today, Covenant Health Park. Russell and Bob back with you. Walker Smith in the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios, ready for your phone calls. Everybody say hello to Walker. He's done yeoman's work. Had to put in an extra hour after Billy Playbook called him in out of the bullpen today. He's been there since 2 p.m., Bob. Walker Smith. Making it happen.
That's Walker for you, man.
Always there when you need him.
That's it. That's it. Did you a little bit of breaking news with local flavor? Did you see this news about B.J. Edwards?
I did. Boy, Bear misses and we get altar boy news. I hate that he's not here. Sounds like former Catholic guard B.J. Edwards is returning to the SEC.
Yes, sir. Committed to Oklahoma, playing for Porter Moser. They must have thrown some money out because SMU is usually they got money. I figured he was going to go back there personally. So
I would imagine BJ is accomplished enough. He was good enough. 12.7 points per game last year, 6 rebounds, 5 assists per game.
Yep.
As a point guard, outstanding numbers on a team that made the NCAA tournament. You remember he was injured and could not play in that playing game, which did SMU in.
Yeah.
But he's a starter, right?
Yeah.
And so I guess it's good for Porter Moser in Oklahoma that they're able to get him. Probably not a great sign that they're looking for a starting point guard this late in the portal.
Yeah, that's yeah, I would agree. I think that pretty much sums it up.
Yeah.
The Porter Moser run at Oklahoma, I know they made the tournament, but it's not been great. When he first got there, I thought that was a good hire for Oklahoma.
Me too.
But it feels like maybe he's more suited as a mid-major guy.
Maybe, but don't you think that so much of it is about talent acquisition? And I just don't think they've had the players. Now, you could argue that that's his fault, but in this day and age, you and I both know it's so much about investment. And I'm not an expert on Oklahoma basketball, but outside looking in, it seems like the commitment from that administration, that fan base, I don't know how high it is, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Obviously here, Rick Barnes wants a player. There's somebody to stroke the check and get in the player. Does Oklahoma have that kind of pull? I know they're going through a situation with their arena. You remember it caught fire last year.
Yeah.
And there's talk about them building a new arena in the middle of an entertainment district, linking with their football stadium and all that. I don't know if Porter Mosier is going to be there to see that come to fruition.
No, that's what I'm interested in finding out is if we ever hear any scuttle on what they ended up paying like a BJ Edwards, because I said maybe they outbid SMU, but that's been the Achilles heel for Oklahoma is I don't think they've spent money. They obviously have had good teams in the past, but the game has changed so much in terms of table stakes for what you have to do to be competitive, and it means money. And I just wonder if it feels like Oklahoma's not supporting it like maybe some of these other schools, ours being one of them, do. They're more focused on football. And now it makes you wonder what they'll do with baseball now that they've won a College World Series too.
Well, good luck to BJ Edwards as he is back in the SEC at Oklahoma after starting his career at Tennessee. Was he just 1 year at he moved to SMU for a couple of, oh man, it's a party now. Benny Smith.
I want to say it was his second year that I don't think it was during his freshman year. I think it was going into his sophomore year. I don't know. Maybe he did only play 1 year. Phil Cooper would know. Philly would tell us.
1 year here and then a couple years at. Was there a stop between Tennessee and SMU?
No, it was SMU.
Okay. 865-966-3435, your phone number. If you want to get on the show here this afternoon, did you see Bill Simmons this week, what he admitted to publicly?
No.
Now, we all have our bad habits, right? Everybody has a bad habit, something that you do that you shouldn't do. Maybe it's bad for your health. Maybe it's a little dangerous. Bill Simmons this week on his podcast admitted he never I'll give you a chance to fill in the blank. Walker, did you see this?
Yes, I did.
Okay. What do you think? Bill Simmons says he never blinks.
I've seen it.
I'll give you a hint. It's a safety concern.
Something everyone should do every single time.
Something that's almost hard not to do this day and age.
And he never does it?
Never does it.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's such a wide range.
Uh-huh.
You said it's a safety concern? I don't know. Wear pants? I don't know.
He never wears a seatbelt.
Oh, I was thinking seatbelt, but I was like, that's too easy, honestly. I was trying to think of something
else.
He
says he never wears a seatbelt, and his co-host was just like aghast, like could not believe he just admitted to this publicly, which I understand. But first of all, like it's every time you take your seatbelt off, I don't know if my car, it's like a pyrotechnic show inside. It's ring, bing, bing, lights and bells and everything.
Get a lot of prompts.
It's just obnoxious, so I'll put it on immediately. He says that happens too. He just waits it out. He says it takes 5 minutes or so, but he'll just wait it out.
He must have an older car because the newer cars,
It
doesn't stop. It may stop for a few seconds and then it starts again. But now that's, I don't know. I've been accused before from my daughter of, I'll always get in the car and we'll take off and I won't have my seatbelt on, but I usually get it going like once we get like out of the neighborhood. It's like I need to get settled and then I put it on because she'll always be like, seatbelt. That's all she'll say.
See, me growing up in the Smith house, it was the other way around. It was the parents were always getting on us to put the seatbelt.
Yeah.
And you didn't have the beeping and everything there. I mean, you could get away with it. Of course, my parents would always talk about how they grew up in cars that had no seatbelts. We'd be flying down the highway at 75 miles per hour with no seatbelt in the back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty shocking admission in 2026, the year of our Lord. No seatbelts for your favorite podcaster, maybe.
You gotta wear a seatbelt.
Bill Simmons.
You gotta wear a seatbelt.
Gotta wear a seatbelt, man.
Not
It's just
even that uncomfortable. You just forget it's there.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Vols are playing, by the way, at Oklahoma in early February. So road game for Coach Barnes and the boys. He'll be reunited with B.J. Edwards.
Jeff says, how long until those ugly bleep Guardian helmets are mandatory across all leagues in football? I've been noticing these a lot. I was watching like one of those behind-the-scenes preseason practice camp videos with Michigan State. Is it Fitzpatrick? Who's the coach there now?
Oh, Pat Fitzgerald.
Yeah. Pat Fitzgerald. He's an intense guy.
Yes, he is.
But they've got the Guardian caps on now, and it's actually got the helmet logo, like that Spartan logo on the side. And I found myself thinking, how long until you get the actual Tennessee, the power T on the side of the Guardian hats there? I don't know about how long it is until you see it. Do you think we get there where it's mandatory you wear it in a game?
I don't know. It does create for a weird look for some players, though. I mean, I was trying to think who in the NFL. Romeo Doubs was one that he'd wear it in games for the Packers.
It feels like every team has at least one guy who wears it now.
And he's a little slot wide receiver, and so he's not a big guy to begin with. So then it just makes you look like you're about 12 years old out there, I think. So no, I think it's coming. I wouldn't be surprised to make it mandatory.
Do you think whenever they transitioned from leather helmets of course they didn't go to leather helmets to what we have now. I mean, they were like plastic shells with one bar across and all that, which had to have been a huge upgrade from the leather helmet.
Yeah.
The leather helmet, those guys' brains were just mush. They're just running around cracking skulls together with a little chunk of cowhide between them.
Think about that. We talked about it earlier in the week when we were kind of we were talking about Nico for whatever reason and said that Ohio State game, he was like all we had. And remember how his helmet just got destroyed 2 times. It's like, imagine the velocity and violence of those hits if they were wearing leather helmets at this point. It's like you would literally... You'd be killing people, more than likely. Pretty
good point. They were not as big back then, and probably not as fast either. But still, I mean, there had to be a couple of guys who collided heads and ended up a little bit not as mentally acute as they used to be.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I'm sure there were a lot of people also at the time that are like, oh man, these new plastic helmets, they look so dumb. I mean, the leather helmet, that's the way you want to look out there. There had to have been those guys out on the porch at that time as well.
I found there was something I was going to share. Let me find it here. I had bookmarked it. Did you see this thing that Sporting News did yesterday? It was, by the way, Sporting News still going strong. Blows my mind. 140 years old.
Mm-hmm.
It's their 140th anniversary. They invited panelists to rank the 20 greatest college football teams in the last 140 years. Not programs, but specific teams.
Yeah,
in a given
okay.
year.
I like it.
And
is it kind of like pound for pound, or is there going to be like a 1914 Rutgers team in there or something?
That's what I'm looking at. No. There's the earliest is 1944.
Because no team from like 1980 and maybe even like later in the 90s prior is going to beat any national champion from the last 5 years, right?
Well,
I mean, if we're being honest,
they disagree
with the Notre Dame Four Horsemen team with like 198-pound offensive linemen.
They're mostly predominantly in the 2000s, but a couple in the 90s. Number one was the 95 Nebraska Cornhuskers.
That is probably one of the best teams I've ever seen.
Yes, I would agree too.
I mean, that was just a machine. They didn't even have to throw, just Tommy Frazier, Lawrence Phillips.
Yep.
And the biggest, nastiest, meanest offensive line you ever saw, just running roughshod over people.
Number two we'll just go through the top 5 here. Number 2, 2001 Miami. Kind of agree with
Yeah,
that.
that team was loaded. I'm guessing the 2019 LSU team is coming up.
Number 3.
Okay.
2019 LSU. Number 4, 2005 Texas with Vince Young.
Okay. Yep.
Good team. Number 5, the team they beat, 2004 SC, though, the year before they won it all. The first SEC team after LSU, or the next SEC team that comes up, is number 8 Oklahoma in 1974, number 9 Alabama in 2009.
Oh. That 92 Alabama team was pretty stout too.
They are not in there. They're not in the top 20. That's wild.
That is surprising.
Number 10, this is crazy how far things have come and changed. Number 10, 2025 Indiana. 10th
is it number 10, the 10th best team of all time?
Of all time.
It's hard to argue against.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, like, do you think any of those other teams? Let me ask you this. So that 2019 LSU team, it's pretty fresh in all of our minds.
Yeah.
They play 2025 Indiana. Neutral site, who wins?
I think it's LSU. They had so much
firepower
on offense. I mean, their defense was not great, but it didn't need to be. I mean, Indiana had some very close games, if you recall, in the regular season, not in the playoffs, man. They were on a heater.
Who was the best offense Indiana played last year? Was it Ohio State?
Yeah. I guess you could argue Ohio State or Oregon.
Okay.
And
they handled both of them.
They beat Oregon twice. Yeah. I mean, that'd be a hell of a game, though. 2019 LSU, 2025 Indiana, but I think LSU would win. I believe it.
Let's get a call from Scott before we get out of here. Good afternoon, Scott. You're on the Drive, Fan Run Radio.
Hey, Russ. Bob, how you guys doing?
Doing well, thanks.
Yeah, just backing up a little bit to the old leather helmet days. Those guys also aren't wearing pads, so they're not coming at you as the force of the forces that broke Nico's helmet and whatnot. They're not going to be hitting that hard back then. Would be my take on it. They were very much. I mean, they're almost outlawed college football because of deaths, and Teddy Roosevelt stepped in and created the wonderful NCAA we have now. But
when did they introduce shoulder pads to football?
I don't know, but the footage I've seen of the old leather helmets, there's not much shoulder pads. They're kind of thick sweaters to wear, and I don't think there's necessarily shoulder pads. But
they were wearing them in the 30s, and like the Gene McKever pictures and stuff. AI Overview says football shoulder pads were invented in 1877.
Wow.
So
okay.
I don't know. He said, looks like
and then the technology aren't like today. There's so much more shock absorb. Those guys,
sure,
and today's athletes just fly so much faster than those guys did. But the other guys too, they had reckless abandon as well. I mean, missing teeth, all the things you see the stuff. But no, that was one thing I thought they maybe not have been quite as violent collisions back then as the guys now that run 22 miles an hour with a 40-yard head of steam and crash into you. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, the technology aspect of football has been astronomical for sure. I mean, I don't think the helmets they wore back even in the 90s probably compared to what those guys are wearing today with the technology and the way they're shaped and everything to better disperse force.
So got the built-in flaps and everything now, and you see the forehead there, the little horseshoe shape. So yeah, for sure. But no, that was just my thoughts. I was going to give my little 2 cents in there. Great listen to you guys always. Have a great rest of your evening, and go Smokies.
See you,
awesome.
Scott.
Thank you, Scott. Go Smokies indeed.
Boy, that got people going. Music City Sam says 2019 LSU destroys Indiana. Teams this era aren't as good. J Cart 29 says no chance Indiana is a top 10 team all time. No chance.
Ricky DeBones says, my grandpa thought the chest part would go on the track automatically was enough. If you remember those, talking about the seatbelts, remember the car you got in and the seatbelt was in the front and then you sat down and it automatically came back on you.
Hated those.
I thought they looked cool, but once you got in one, the novelty quickly wore off.
Absolutely.
Hey, big thanks to Walker Smith for all his hard work this afternoon back in the White Claw Hard Seltzer studios. Walker, we appreciate you.
Thank you, Walkman.
We'll be back in there tomorrow for another stellar edition of The Drive. Hard to believe the week is already almost over, but we get ready for that scrimmage. Tomorrow should be a fun show. For Bob and Walker, I'm merely Russell Smith. Thank you for tuning in. We'll do it again tomorrow right here on Fan Run Radio.
To talk sports. Start your morning off with your daily dose of Talk Sports with John Reed and Cody McClure from 8 to 11. Then it's Tony Basilio from 11 to 1. The Playbook with William Pattison from 1 to 3. And The Drive from 3 to 6. It's 10 hours of hard-hitting local sports radio every day, right here on the flagship station for Tennessee fans. This is Fan Run Radio, Knoxville.
Welcome to Axle Logistics, where excellence isn't just a goal, it's an energy. As a leading third-party logistics company, Axle is powered by an award-winning culture built on a work hard, play hard mentality. Here, the drive for success is contagious and hard work never goes unnoticed. Whether you're just starting out or looking to level up, Axle Logistics is the place to launch your career. Join us and take your ambition to the stars. To learn more, visit axlelogistics.com.
Is your crawl space damp, musty, or showing signs of mold? Call S&D Crawl Space and Insulation. From crawl space encapsulation and mold remediation to waterproofing, insulation, and dehumidifiers, S&D helps protect your home from moisture and poor air quality. Serving Knoxville and surrounding areas. Call 865-602-0590. That's 865-602-0590. S&D Crawl Space and Insulation. Protecting your home from the ground up.
Are you ready for the start of a new season? Maybe looking for your team to go on a tournament run? Get game day ready with Crumble. Head on over to your nearest location and pick up 12 pre-selected cookies plus exclusive toppers. When you're looking for dessert options, there's no question about who you should call on. Our listeners already know. Last year, the Dubai chocolate was a home run, along with the brownie batter. Oreo crumb was another crowd favorite. What new flavor will set the standard this season? If you're in the Knoxville area, there are 3 locations ready to serve you: Clinton Highway, Parkside Drive, and Maryville. Download the Crumble app to build your best lineup and vote on the best combos. You can even put your bid in to request a new flavor. Order in the app and slide on over to your nearest location. Tell them Fan Run sent you, and as always, it's for the fans, by the fans. Don't miss the